So, you guys arrived in Ryver. You made it through the front gates. You made it to the Lazy Nectar, where you met up with Turzon and had some shenanigans going on in the tavern. Got yourself a nice meal and some drinks. You did not leave Gade at the tavern. You took him with you, but you did leave Buttercup. But you took Drake with you on your way out into the town. You stopped by at Cass, Kegs, and Kilderkin, where you met up with Cap and Canter and Bert, his singing blue towel. That's kind of putting on a show, and Blackstar, who we thought was going to be spending the entire session at the blacksmith, is
but now he might not.
I mean, he could.
Full disclosure, I might have to leave, but for now I'm here. So.
Yeah, he'll just, like, mid-session, you'll be in the middle talking to someone, he'll just, I gotta run back, and just runs back to the forge, starts playing some music for some coin. Leaving there after talking about maybe setting up a gun contract for Threll with the town's guard and having to go get it approved at the town council. You made your way into the marketplace where Razir had picked up some kind of beef teriyaki situation and said it was delicious, you should try it. Got one for Dreek as well. There was a lot of discussion about the items that you were going to be selling that were a little bit more mundane, so you kind of got that out of the way, made some money, and we picked back up. Razir had said that he was kind of hyping up the town to Dreek as you guys were walking through, just because you're intending on abandoning him here.
Why do you say it like that?
Because that's what you're doing.
I'd call it more like a drop-off.
Abandon is a strong word.
Yeah.
Then we would have just, like, left him asleep at the camp in the morning and walked away. We're trying to place him in a good home or place.
Yeah, it's a structured orphan placement, basically.
Are we gonna have a problem?
There's also the mention of Blackstar wanting to pickpocket people while you guys were selling your stuff in the bazaar. We kind of glazed over that, and I didn't circle back to that, so it didn't actually happen. So we're gonna do the round of what would you like to accomplish this evening. So let's go ahead and jump into that, and we'll start off with Threll. What would you like to accomplish this evening?
Okay. So after a good night's rest, I want to go to the town hall and discuss business. Flex some business knowledge. Talk about quarterly income, and
quarterly
fiscal
income. UPS reports,
etc. I don't know business.
Okay. So it's not technically the next day yet. It's still the evening when you guys are walking through the market in the town. But that's what Thrall is looking to accomplish. Okay. Louise.
Try and sell some of the stuff if we're able to, and make a few healing potions, and try and figure out what to do with Buttercup.
Oh my god, dude. Some burdens you must carry alone.
How about Blackstar?
I would like to play some more music throughout the town, make myself a little more well-known, befriend the common folk, find out if there's any more jobs that we could get paid for, and steal as much petty theft as possible.
Awesome. What's your alignment?
I am chaotic neutral.
Awesome. All right. Makes sense. Razir.
Razir wants to get everybody settled in and go check in with some acquaintances and maybe disappear from the group for a bit.
So, Mr. Eos.
No, he doesn't have anything planned. He just doesn't want to be around y'all for a bit.
There you
All
go.
right.
Just so.
Yep. Okay. Last but not least, was Razir done? I had to make sure I asked that so I'm not just skipping anything that you were taking a long break from saying the next thing. Okay, gotcha. Xander,
Yeah.
what would you like to accomplish this evening?
I would like to finally get my goodies and start scribing.
Get my goodies and start scribing. Okay. Easy enough. Let's see.
You'd think so.
There's a specific pair of bracers I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I want them.
Cool. You didn't put that in the what you wanted to accomplish this evening.
Because I doubt we're going to find it.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's a slightly higher tier magic item.
It's
Then
a
again, we did get
legendary.
that potion. I think it's...
We just
actually
trade the
epic.
potion for the entirety of
Very
the
well.
magical shop stocks. Just take everything in the shop. Let's go.
Okay. So it is approximately, we'll say 6 p.m. at this point. The sun has definitely started to go down. You have the kind of hints of those various sunset colors kind of peeking over the mountain range as it just hits the rooftops, and there's a bit of dust in the air as people are still out and about. The marketplace has lights that are kind of strung up along the left and right hand side, this large kind of thoroughfare that leads through the middle of town. And this is where you guys find yourselves, people bustling about making trade. And you do see one of the caravan groups that you had originally seen kind of coming into Ryver, and they look like there was a large section where there were a bunch of tents that are set up that they're now wheeled into, and there's these 3 longer carts with horses on the end that are set up, and they're just going about like opening up the awnings and making sure that everything wasn't lost along the way, and probably getting ready to set up trade maybe for tomorrow. So
I'd like to walk up to them. Black Star kind of walks up and says, "Hello, I'm here to inspect your goods for tomorrow's marketplace. I'm the local marshal."
okay.
Uh,
You see a group of like hunched over individuals. It looks like a bunch of really thin old people that are wearing old raggedy cloaks, and like just like the cloaks themselves are mostly obfuscating their faces, and they're just kind of creaking, and there's like bones popping as they're moving around and kind of grabbing things and moving around. As you walk up and say this, one of them turns around and there's like a beak sticking out from underneath the cloak, and you don't see any eyes, it's just a beak underneath this cloak over its head. Turns towards you. Well, hello. We were already checked out. Who did you say you were?
I'm one of the local inspectors. Who checked you? What was their name and their badge number?
doubling down.
Make a deception check. Just I was gonna have you roll that originally, but I'm gonna ask for it now.
Plus 11.
Not great.
It's an 18.
That's low for you. 18.
Right. Well, I wasn't given any badge number. I wasn't told who it was we were supposed to be meeting with. We were granted entry. I was told we could just set up in our normal place. We're the and he goes into this like weird like jaunt where he kind of like dances back and forth and kind of waves his hands in this really ridiculous theatrical method. And you hear what sounds like a bunch of bones clinking like underneath the cloak as he's kind of shambling back and forth. We're the in a hurry group. We're here, we're there, and then we're gone. And we're here for trade and put on a bit of a show, make some coin, and move on. I didn't get a badge number, but check out whatever you want to. We're going to be keeping a close eye, though.
Of course. No. If you've already been inspected, then I'll leave you be. I'll have to speak to some of my superiors make sure that people are properly introducing themselves. I don't want anyone to get fleeced in our fine marketplace, but it's lovely to meet you. What goods are you pushing here today?
Well, we're actually representing a group that goes out and adventures. We're basically the front group for some of the raiders of Islasnarian.
Oh,
and so
very interesting.
They send us to Ryver with some of their goods they've gone out and raided here and there, and we sell them throughout the various towns and promote them, and we put on a little play of like their most recent adventures, and I get to play the most heroic one. I've got this really cool bone sword they gave me, and he pulls out this ridiculous looking like children's sword, and he kind of waves it around in the air. This person's like 3 feet tall and just kind of like dancing around like a little goblin, but he's got a beak. Definitely it's got a beak, but you can't, there's no feathers. There's like these black glove covered hands that he's using to like wave it about, but he's quite ridiculous.
Oh, I love this. You're adorable, darling. All right, very well. I look forward to seeing your wares tomorrow, and if you have any trouble, please let the local guard know.
Right. But you're not the local guard. Did you just say?
No. I'm an inspector. We work closely with the guard, but we don't enforce anything. We just make sure that there's no contraband or anything dangerous coming into the market. But I trust that you've been properly inspected already, and I'll just have someone come around tomorrow to double check.
Well, just
standard procedure, of course.
Of course. So I just want to make sure that we are, I'll be able to tell them who it was that I spoke with. My name is Delarius. What is your name?
Oh, lovely to meet you, Delarius. My name is Jamarcus. Jamarcus Everqueen.
Make another deception check. At 26. Wow. Okay.
Oh my God! You're gonna get us in untold amounts of trouble.
Jamarcus. Jamarcus. All right. What was your last name? Is it like lieutenant, or is it?
Well, there's no specific range structure. You can just call me Inspector 521, Jamarcus Everqueen.
Everqueen. So this is a total different separation from everything that I'm used to dealing with here in Ryver, and we've come through here a number of times.
I don't know if you've heard that there's been a change in leadership recently, and so things, I believe, are changing.
Well, we heard that one of the council members has gone missing, and I thought the Octawave would be on that. I didn't realize that both the Queen and... Oh boy, here, make me look at my notes real quick here. The Queen, Zakozaku, and also Miss Mael, they're both gone as well? There's no more... who's in charge?
I can't release anything officially, all right? It's not that I don't trust you, but there are shifts right now, and until things are settled, then we've just got a bit of a different, as you would say, an emergency operating procedure that's underway. Oh. We don't want any further incidents while the council is in a weakened position. So we have to make sure that everything's on the up and up. I'm sure you understand.
Well, if things are as dangerous and in such a state of upheaval as you say they are, then maybe we shouldn't be unpacking all of our goods here. I'll have to send a message to the leader of the Raiders, or maybe even, well, I don't know, one of the members of the Council of Islasnarian, just to let them know what's going on here. Thank you, Mr. 521. Yes.
That's fine. Is
our registration still valid? Do I have to go to the... you know what? I'm going to go to the council hall, and I'm going to make sure that we...
You're fine.
No, I don't trust...
Just ensure...
I don't feel good about this. I've got to go and make sure that our registration is correct, because it's signed by Zakozaku herself. We pre-registered like 2 months ago when we arrived, so everything needs to be done correctly. It is the Islasnarian. You understand that, right?
Of course. Okay. I'm coming through, and I want to make sure that you don't bring out maybe your most fine goods until you feel safe and secure. Please check in with the council and just unpack some things that you're comfortable with, and perhaps hide some of the finer things if it makes you feel better.
And he just turns around and like whistles like a really high pitched whistle and like snaps his fingers, and all like the other little creatures that are around that are about his size that look similar to him all were running around like closing up the awnings and putting bunches of latches and locks into place, and like 3 of them, including the guy you were talking to, just kind of jaunts off down the road in the direction of the town council hall and just kind of gives you a finger gun on his way by.
I finger gun him back.
And there's a bunch of others that are just kind of like standing guard now.
All right, good.
On the outside.
What does it look like? What are they guarding? What does it look like?
It's 3 large rectangular boxes. It look like the things that
Boxes?
it's the thing, the
Crates?
storage
Right.
containers. The
Okay.
Conex
Yeah.
boxes?
Great.
on the back of 18-wheelers. What are those things? What are the storage?
Containers.
Trailers?
It's a
Connectors?
it's a
Shipping
container.
Shipping
Shipping container. That's what I was looking for. Sure, it's like 3 of those, but not quite as big. But with more, intricately carved bits about it that kind of give it this extravagant presentation, and all of it is set up almost like a backdrop, like 3 separate backdrops to what would be a play that are just there for you to see. One's like a forest, and one is like high up in the mountains, and the other one is like down by the ocean. And yeah, there's like 2 horses to pull each of them, and yeah, they're carts that are set up that are heavily under guard now.
Excellent. Good to know. Try to steal from them later.
Yeah,
Now
they
that
look
they're
like
heavily guarded.
sealed boxes. It looks like it's not like a covered wagon type scenario. So,
All right. Too easy.
um,
Yeah, so a little chaos everywhere. All right, I tip my hat to the rest of them and I walk off.
okay. Yep. Blackstar returns to the group. What's everybody else doing at this moment?
Wasn't he doing that at the same time we were selling a bunch of stuff?
Oh, right. Yeah. Was there any other pickpocketing you wanted to do, or
Yeah, I mean just random people that look like they might have something to take and just kind of stealing what I can.
So the majority of the people that you see in the marketplace at this time, there are a few that look like they're townsfolks that are, I wouldn't say they're well off, but I mean, nobody in Ryver looks super wealthy. There are a couple of guards flanking what looks to be 3 merchants that are kind of meandering their way through the marketplace, and they're all bearing an insignia of like an anchor with a shield behind it. Including it looks like a group of merchants from the same like trading guild that are under guard, that are kind of walking through and inspecting various things. And one of the guards has like a very large satchel over his back, and they're occasionally like take it down, put it on the ground, and kind of rifle through some things. And some of the merchants point something out and take it out and go to try and sell it to one of the vendors that's there. Those are the most affluent people that you see.
If I'm able to, while they're walking, if I could cut just a small hole and kind of try to pull something out of the sack, I'd love to do that.
Okay. Go ahead and I'm going to ask for just make a sleight of hand check, because there's enough people in here where you can kind of blend in and you're just kind of walking by. And
Not bad. Not great. Not bad.
okay, 18. Yeah, they're keeping a pretty good eye out here. Now, interesting. 10. None of them seem to notice, as they're just kind of, and you find a period where they're just kind of walking. They've just picked up the satchel and put it over the shoulder, and you kind of walk up behind and take a knife and just kind of attempt to make an incision on the bag. Your knife drags along it, and you hear the sound ever so faintly, as though you would be tearing through the fabric, but you don't make a scratch in that bag.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that seems like a tough one. I'm going to walk away from that.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and then I'll go find the rest of the group. It's this is the first night. There's no need to get in too much trouble right away.
This isn't too much trouble. Oh man, can't wait to
not
see
yet.
what
You
happens
know.
next.
Blackstar told us that he was just kind of done here and just wanted to move north because he felt like it, essentially. We don't know that he's not already in trouble around here.
This is very fair. This is very fair.
Well, here's to hoping.
At some point while I'm walking, I'll just start playing and like looking for tips and stuff like that.
Yeah, so going off what's happening right now, we need to find Black Star a hat of disguise.
Or in a couple levels, I'll have disguise of many faces.
So on that
Master.
note,
You're gonna
as
hate that.
as you start playing, there's a couple people that as you're walking by, like they just like pop you a coin here or there. You gain like 2 silver as you're kind of just playing through. Make a perception check for me.
Sure. Oh, that's one of my bad ones. Oh, that was a good roll.
Okay. At the
18's for you.
at the very end of the market, where you can see a large like cathedraled, like steepled school. It's the academy. That's what kind of part of what Ryver is known for. All the way at the end, walking into the marketplace, there's 2 individuals that wearing outfits that you feel like you've seen before, but for some reason at this moment they're not quite coming to mind. Like you're not making a connection, but you're like, that looks familiar. And they walk over to the nearest booth and they start talking to the person that's there. And one person kind of reaches out their hand to the individual who's running the stall, and you see like just a very short flash of blue energy come from their hand, and the individual just kind of like goes catatonic for a second and kind of looks at the ground, and then the person pulls their hand away and this thin strip of like wiry blue energy kind of connects, and they kind of bring it outwards and it coalesces into a little orb. They then pull out a piece of parchment and take the orb and press it into the parchment, and the parchment glows up in front of them before kind of calming down, and they look at it and nod a little bit, and then they just kind of look around and don't seem to notice you, even though you're playing music, and they're looking around, and one of them points over and they start walking around the other side and out of sight from you. Looks like they were seems as though as they're like closing up the parchment, there's a picture of someone's face on the parchment. And then like a couple seconds later, 30 seconds later, the person who was catatonic like comes to and just starts going about their business like nothing happened.
What did they look like? They came out of the cathedral, the academy?
They came from that direction. They didn't come out of the academy itself, but they were like maybe a couple hundred feet from you, so that you didn't get a lot of details unless you wanted to follow them or try and sneak up on them. But you just caught this out of the corner of your eye, like these 2 individuals looked a little bit out of place. They don't look like merchants. They don't look like citizens. They look like, I mean, for lack of a better term, like not assassins, but like they had
ruffians.
Ne'er-do-wells.
Kind of
Ne'er-do-wells.
kind of wrapped up in kind of like brown leathers and like a brown cloak situation kind of in the front that kind of flows backwards.
Do I see anyone from the party?
I mean, the party is throughout the marketplace here selling currently.
All right. I'm gonna keep my distance, but I am intrigued. I'm intrigued, so I'm gonna try to follow him.
You're gonna try and follow him.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a stealth check
Oh no.
if you want to be stealthing. Or you're just
I
gonna,
would rather blend into the crowd and like play the innocent, but I don't know
they've exited the marketplace now. They kind of like came into the marketplace, asked this one person, and then exited, going back the same way they came, and then around the side. I can even show you on the map, kind of like the direction they're heading, if you're on the map.
Yeah, I am.
But they were
Right
they were like on the end here, and then they started moving like in this direction. So
all right, stealth it is.
Where's the stealth check?
Oh boy, that's not great.
Okay, 13. You feel confident that at this particular moment that no one is watching you. You follow them for a few minutes. I would say that the rest of the party, well, specifically Louise, would probably notice that Black Star is no longer there, no longer playing music, and just kind of exited the marketplace. You eventually follow them around the road and back up in a northwestern direction, and it looks like they're heading towards Caskegs and Kilderkin.
Okay, so I'm gonna watch and make sure that they go in, or if they don't go in.
Okay. So just remember, Cask Kegs and Kildricken is kind of an outdoor situation. There's no like,
that's right.
there's no indoor tavern. So there's music playing at that location. There's still people that are dancing. People are still having dinner. There's some desserts that are around and a couple tables that are set up and people are having drinks and partying. These two individuals march right past everyone that's dancing and go right for Cap. And there's some conversation, just some introduction. You know, Cap kind of turns around and gives them a nod. They have a little bit of a brief conversation. And you see, even though how far away do you want to be from this, or how close?
Not close. Not close. I'd like 100 feet at least.
Okay. So there's not a whole lot of detail that you make out in the disposition, but you do see Cap kind of like taken aback for a moment and puts his hammer down on the anvil and kind of wipes his hands a little bit and shakes his head back and forth. And the same individual as earlier puts his hand up onto the side of Cap's head.
As I see that happening, I start to move in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you start moving into so there's a little bit of a crowd around. So you start walking up to the tables. So you were 100 feet away, so this is happening. Is there anything that you're doing?
I'm watching them. I start to play really loud, like really obnoxiously, try to make a distraction.
Okay. I'll let you decide. Performance or persuasion, or this wouldn't be deception.
No,
not really.
I'm gonna go performance though, because that's a strong one for me.
Okay.
Yo.
31.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier.
That's amazing. Okay, so it's like super loud, like as loud as you can be. You start like overpowering the music box or the basin that's there, and everybody like kind of turns and looks. One of the individuals, the one who's not casting this spell, turns and looks in your direction, and their eyes go wide. And you can immediately recognize this as someone who you knew from Telnoro.
Oh no.
A member of the band that you used to run with.
Yeah, okay.
The person who's still has their hand up has like not stopped concentration. Actually, because you're rolling that 20, I'll see if this is jarring enough to pull them out of what they were doing. No.
Holy.
No. They're still able to maintain concentration on what they're doing. So you see the same sensation as this. It's all happening like fairly quickly as you're playing. This person turns, sees you, points. The other guy who's not casting the spell like nudges the guy as he's continuing his spell. The orb gets pulled out and kind of it's like all translucent and glowy blue, kind of in the air. Pulls out the parchment and turns to the left as he slaps his hand down, like just like not even paying attention to what he's doing. And you see the face light up on the page, and it's your face.
Oh, lovely.
And it's not just an image, it's like an animated video of your face, and you're mouthing the words, "I'm Black Star Lazarus."
And that sounds like something I might say.
or people call me Black Star Lazarus. And so, but there's no audio, it's just you mouthing that, and it's like your face on there. And the person rolls up the scroll, and the two of them immediately start making their way through the crowd, not towards you, but in a northeastern direction, like away from you.
Right. Like towards the gate or further into the town?
It looks like they're heading kind of in a general direction back towards the market from your perspective. In the meantime, the rest of you have concluded your main dealings with selling your basic wares. I would say that Razir has just finished.
These are delicious. You should try them.
Yeah, exactly.
What are they?
It's a stick of meat.
Meat stick.
It's just a stick of meat. What kind of meat?
Yeah, it's delicious. I don't know. What's good? You could probably go ask the shop owner, but right over there.
And you eat?
I ate this.
Can you taste it?
I said it's delicious, yeah.
Well, like I don't know. I feel like I haven't seen you eat before. And maybe you're like playing a prank on us or something.
All right.
I've seen him eat good berries.
Yeah, but those don't count.
You guys do notice. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna get a stick of meat, but what do I notice? What do I
You
notice?
notice right at this moment, there's a elderly woman who's kind of like walking with a cane with some of the family and has like her arm through somebody's arm and is walking down the road, and the sound that you hear is she gets like knocked over and just like falls on the ground, and there's like a bunch of people that rush over and grab her. The thing that knocked her over was two individuals that are very briskly walking in the direction of the docks back through the marketplace. Could have been an accident. You didn't see them push her over, but they're just like walking and not caring about what just happened. They're walking past and going.
They're not even stopping.
You're not gonna shoot them. Come on.
No.
I was thinking about it.
No.
Hit him with one of the wallbang arrows.
Knock them flat on their butt.
I rush up. Let's go. Follow, please. And then I just kind of
Hold up. Go
What'd you
where?
do when you leave? You left me.
I was just about to get a stick of meat. What?
Get your stick while I explain. I didn't do anything, but I just saw two old bandmates who are here, and they keep making parchment paper with my face on it, and I'm not sure why, but I am slightly concerned, and I'd like to find them and speak to them.
I look past Blackstar. Are you running from him?
They're running
See if
from
there's
me.
anybody-
They came this direction.
What do they look like?
They're in robes. They look nondescript. I couldn't tell which ones they were. They were very heavily clothed, but they definitely saw me. I saw them. It was awkward. I might have slept with one. I'm not sure. But this was before. And look, we need to go. Let's go.
Where are we going?
This way. They walked this way. I don't know where.
Was it them two fellas that looked like?
Fellas,
Can I
the
just describe
people-
the outfit they were wearing a tad bit?
I snap. That's them.
Oh.
Well, they headed off
Okay.
towards the docks.
Post haste, please. Why was everyone standing eating meat sticks?
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
All right.
it'll be there
There.
tomorrow. It'll be there tomorrow.
Like the meat sticks are pretty delicious.
You got one too?
Yeah, no, I got 3. What's up?
I know, right?
We're going somewhere.
Yes, child, come, let's go.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah, we could show you the ducks.
Stick with Terrell, since she's a bit
Nah.
slower. Stick with Terrell.
I'm fast as
Black
heck.
Star's
Oh wait,
moving,
you have Gade.
Yeah, really
moving
fast.
in that direction.
It's gonna triple everyone.
So Black Star's walked away from the group, expecting everybody to follow, I guess.
I
Well, we
I
will
guess
follow.
All right.
nonchalantly follow after him.
Yeah, he's trying to rush, and we're just walking. Happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like no
Oh.
real urgency at all. Like, I don't know why this is my problem.
I respect that.
I guess maybe if Black Star gave more of a reason, I think these. Who knows? Maybe Black Star doesn't know the reason.
If anything, this
So-
would just be like really good drama to watch.
Quick question: how close are they?
Oh, they're out of sight now.
I'm sorry.
They're
All right.
yeah. All this conversation, they were walking pretty fast.
Try to hold
Right.
person or something.
Web.
Yeah.
that
They definitely
or command upcasted, so I could use it on both of them.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you guys all rush off in the direction of the docks, passing by
Rush is a strong word.
Black Star. Black Star rushes
Black
off
Star's
towards the
definitely
docks.
rushing.
XR Rush is just
Um,
walking normally.
Okay, well, Black Star, you arrive at the eastern gates first.
I'd probably be close behind. I'm sticking with them.
Okay. kind of passing by several people. There's you now get to a point where there's a very small forested area on the left hand side before exiting the gate, where there's some interesting campfire arrangements that are set up, like somebody's having a seance or something. You're not sure. People are gathered around several campfires, and they all look like they're meditating, and there's a lot of smoke in the air that doesn't look like it's originating from the fires. Anyways, so you exit the gate, which is the doors are open to the docks, and you can see a wide array of as the road continues forward, this large tavern kind of set in the middle where the road forks off to various buildings, past these strange like webbed palm trees with various like things dangling and hanging from them, which you can't quite make out what they are in this dim light that's here from the torch and lantern light that's kind of strewn throughout the space. But you can see the large lighthouse that's lit up and facing out into the waters beyond, which from this perspective you can see the moon kind of reflecting off the waters. But looking around, as everybody arrives here, I'll ask for a group perception check to look for these indiscriminate individuals.
That's true.
All right, guys, that one was really good.
Fine, I'm here.
I'm here.
3 of us got over a 20.
Was it? Oh, gotcha.
Probably
Okay.
can't smell them. I don't know what they smell like.
You don't know what they smell like, but you do see from your perspective, way off, like halfway between you guys and the docks, you just pick out these individuals. What is the distance on that from where you're standing right now? They're probably like
Within firing range.
they're about 500 feet from you, and it looks like they're heading towards one of the docks.
Like, oh, hang on. Is that them? I was just like pointing in that direction.
Yeah, I see him over there.
I'm afraid it
Those
is,
the same
yeah.
guys that ran through.
Ah, it was the guy that knocked down that lady. Bunch of jerks.
Let's go. Let's go. And then I start
Okay.
to run.
Fine. As I finish off the last of my meat stick and toss the stick into the woods a little bit.
Okay.
Into the
Actually, no.
woods of
Never
the
mind.
city.
Never mind. I'm holding on to it. I changed my mind. I'm holding on to it.
Holding on to the
Why?
meat stick.
This is going to be a game.
The meatless meat stick.
This
I
is
got
going
myself
to
a little wooden
change the
poker now.
game.
I'll do something with it.
A retcon.
It's a lock-picking tool.
He said he was going to throw it,
Aha.
and now he's like, nope, never mind, I'm keeping it.
Gotcha.
Kill
Okay.
you with a tin cup. Kill you with a meat skewer.
So you,
Want to see a magic trick?
is everybody else? I know Blackstar is booking it, and Xander is trying to keep up. Is everybody else booking it at
Keeping
this
up
point
with it
too?
at this point.
Okay. So you go into like a full sprint, being 500 feet away. They're also like, they're not picking up the pace, but they already had a very brisk pace to begin with. They're kind of marching very quickly. They get to the docks and disappear down a set of stairs because the docks are all kind of on a lowered arrangement from these like cliff-like situation that kind of looks out over the Gambler's Basin. By the time you get to the top of the docks, they've already disappeared into one of 2 ships that are moored on the northern dock that has one of these like really, really large cranes, basically wooden rope and pulley system that's set up to just kind of hang there with a platform with nothing on top of it. Actually, no, there would be a couple of crates that are up on top of the crane there. There are lights on both ships, and it looks like there's a guard on both ships. One looks to be a larger shipping vessel, and the other is slightly smaller than it, but each of them could easily have 30 or 40. The larger one could possibly have 80 crew.
I'm gonna look for the dockmaster, whoever's in charge at the moment,
Okay. So that would be on
or somebody
the
who'd be
southern-
paying attention. It doesn't have to be the dockmaster, but whoever over here is on duty for watching
Yeah.
these docks and
Right. And there is a person on duty. Like about halfway down the stairs, there's like a small little platform, like a deck with a railing set up, and there's like a lantern hanging from this metal rod that's just kind of lightly dangling there in the breeze. And there's a little table set up with some playing cards and one individual who's just like reading a book and looking down and drinking from this mug of something. Another person who's kind of leaning up against the railing is sleeping off to the side, like they were playing cards and they stopped, and now this guy's reading a book. It's a really burly individual with a long beard and long scraggly hair. Looks like he's missing a few teeth, and one of his eyes is looks like it's partially scratched out. Kind of looks up. Yeah? What's your business?
howdy. Looking for two fellas that just ran by here. Seem to be in a bit of a hurry. We're trying to find out what ship they jumped on.
Two fellas. Looks in his cup. Looks out, like, shakedly towards the docks. Two fellas. All kinds of people coming through here. I don't know who. You got a name? What's your?
You ain't even paying attention, are you?
Don't tell me how to do my job. I'm just sitting here enjoying myself and having a good old time. You enjoy the seagulls and try not to get pooped on, okay?
Right. You didn't see two fellas run down here but a minute ago?
What's it worth to you?
I step up to him and my hair kind of fires up a little bit.
Oh.
You'll tell us what we want to know, old timer.
Make an intimidation check.
Wow.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, it did. I think everything with Black Star is going to be just on
0 to
or
60
just
all the time.
every time.
Yeah.
17. Like picks up a bottle that's like half gone. Like doesn't even answer your question, just uncorks it and puts more in his goblet and just kind of drinks a little more. Individuals just come running down through here. I'm not looking for trouble. I'm just trying to, enjoy my night. No need to make me need to change my pants, sir.
Answer the question.
Yeah. There's some people came down here. A couple more came down through about an hour ago. I don't know which ship they were going to, but judging by how many people have been coming and going, I would look over and let me just check my notes real quick because I have to do that every once in a while. Yeah, the larger one is it's called the Noxmare. That's the one that's been coming and going from. Lots of trade, lots of people coming in and out, but I don't ask questions. I don't know what their purpose is. I answered your question. You let me go.
Are there any from town, Noro?
I don't know. I'm not in charge of checking people in. I'm just here to keep an eye on things and trying to enjoy my night.
I drop a silver into his cup that's full of alcohol.
He starts licking it, pulling it out.
Don't make me come back here. Then I'm going to start walking towards the big ship.
Okay.
And while we're walking, just I was kind of commenting isn't it his job to pay attention to who comes and goes? I feel like he's not good at his job.
He's terrible at
Definitely,
his job.
It
Why
is
would
his
he
job,
not
and
see?
look, it's the docks. I'm sure the wharf master knows, but
I'm
who
going
knows?
to
It might
rob
be
him
somebody's
later.
cousin. Don't say that out loud.
Oh, of course. I won't rob him later.
Wink.
As you guys walk away, you hear him rouse the individual who was sleeping and snoring very loudly. There's a clunk, and a thud down below you as the individual is scared awake and falls over the railing down into the lower portion of the dock down below, and just thuds and doesn't move. Oh, dang it! And then just starts calling down to him, and then like looks to the fact that you guys are taking the only staircase in this area down to that space, and just kind of like watches you go, like waiting so he can go down and check on his friend. Right. You guys eventually make your way over to the larger boat. Are you walking right up to it? There's a gangplank set up for either of them, lights strung up. There's individuals on the larger ship. You see about 5 of them holding rifles that are just kind of like walking back and forth, keeping an eye on
things. And
things.
no one's at the bottom of the gangplank?
Correct. Okay. On the actual docks themselves, the docks are not lit up, but the ships are. So you're kind of in a period of mostly darkness where you are, so they don't quite... They know there's people there, but they're keeping an eye, but they don't know who you are.
Okay. Yeah, then I call up to him, and I conjure a minor illusion. Oh, well, no, it can't do minor illusion of people. It's got to be objects. So I just call up to him. Well, excuse me, fine rifle gentlemen. I'm looking for 2 of my friends, bandmates, that have come aboard the ship. Do you know them?
One of the individual guards kind of whistles over to the side and walking out from the captain's quarters on the back side of the ship is a individual who, you know, if I did my prep work, I would have this description just right off the tongue. But, you know, loading screens is kind of how things work with me, unfortunately, when I'm dealing with certain things. Nope, that's the wrong one. Okay. Yeah, there was no other description given. Okay. A very, very muscular, like half elf, half hobgoblin individual comes walking out with like super, super dark skin, jet black hair that's kind of pulled tight in a ponytail and kind of hangs up and then back. A large, like well-trimmed beard that comes down to a point and is kind of tied off in several places. Several scars across the cheek, wearing a like a vest, like a pirate's vest, and just like just a ton of markings, whether it be tattoos, kind of lit up as they walk out with this grandiose presentation. A rifle strung across their back, 2 pistols, one on each side, and a large like cutlass, one on each side, and just kind of strides out, looking around. Who's calling my
Do I
name?
recognize this person at all?
You sure do.
Donnie, that's a lot of free ammo.
This is Jericho Dustoff.
Yeah, my hair goes out, and I kind of like back up behind everyone. It's Jericho. It's Jericho. Oh, don't let him see me. And I kind of just like duck, like hide my face.
Am I supposed to?
Is anybody?
Who's Jericho?
Like, is this like an ex-boyfriend of yours or something?
Jericho's the guy that has the hit out for him.
Yes, he's my leader of the spiked gloves. We can't be here. False alarm. Let's go.
Well, I mean, Black Star, wouldn't that mean that maybe your old bandmates betrayed you and are working with them?
Yes, obviously. Let's go. Come on. We need to.
They saw you. What do you want to do?
Maybe he doesn't know yet. Come on. And I just kind of start.
What are the rest of you
slowly
doing?
I mean, what is there to do?
Look at him.
He's walked out, right? Like, what? Does he see us?
Howdy.
The guard. Well, the
Howdy,
guard.
partner.
Okay.
So you're calling up. Okay, so the guard whistled. Jericho comes out of his quarters, kind of walks over. The guard points out in the direction of where you guys are. You're still shrouded in darkness, so that they can't. Like, you're probably at least 100 feet away from where they are right now, out on the docks. And
howdy.
They were causing
Look,
trouble in town.
Quiet you. Howdy. We're looking for two fellas that came running up. We're thinking it's this ship that came. It was just a couple minutes ago. They were just in the marketplace. You got two crew members who just came back aboard?
maybe. What difference does that make?
Well, we ain't nobody special, but we've had a little bit of burst of good Samaritan in us. They, in their rush running through the market, they ran over an old lady essentially, and we were kind of got the gumption to go chase after them and make them apologize or whatever it was. We've been walking for a few minutes now, and our heads are kind of cooled off. We're not really sure what we're after, but we came all this way. We figured we'd ask, see if they'd offer an apology or something.
Amazing. Absolutely.
If they'd offer an apology, okay. I'm gonna make you roll a charisma roll for this. You can choose persuasion, you can choose intimidation, you can choose deception. I don't care. Pick one and roll it.
All three of those are a +8 for me.
So pick one, and we'll roll with the story for whatever one you choose.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
I don't have inspiration right now.
No, you don't have a reroll. You used both last week for the shopping.
Yeah.
I did, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah.
All rerolls for Razir are currently spent.
Well,
Look.
guys, that's not good.
Look, I don't know if you think you own these waters or these docks or the whole town. I don't know if you think
I get to add a d6, so it's a 10 because I have that.
Awesome.
or an 11. You mean
Yeah, 11.
11? Yeah, okay. It doesn't really change the outcome too much,
It's
to be honest with you.
Yep.
There's not going to be anybody who's going to be giving out an apology except for the person who we're looking for right now. Have you seen a fiery, colored, wild stallion riding around here? Goes by the name of Black Star.
Wild stallion.
Do you actually you say that out loud?
Just
Or you
quietly. I say it
quietly.
quietly.
I stomp on his foot.
Yeah.
You should just probably hide behind gate or something. They'd be like, "You're looking for a horse that's on fire? What?"
Look. You're disturbing my wonderful meal that was prepared for me this evening. I'm going to go enjoy that with my nice glass of wine, and then I'm going to pretend that you individuals didn't show up and make me want to sacrifice you to the Kraken of the Gambler's Basin, okay?
All right.
Make your way on out of here before I feel enticed to send my people after you.
Sorry to bother your dinner. Yeah. But hey, look, if you're looking for someone, there's a bounty office in town. Myself a bit of a bounty hunter, so if you need some help, maybe we could take up the work if you put out what you're looking for. But you enjoy your dinner and have a nice night.
Bounty hunter, you say?
What
Yeah.
the hell?
Well, now, that kind of hits a different tune. Why don't you come up here and have a conversation?
Don't do it.
You and all your little friends.
Well, I would love to. I try not to work directly with people. The guild, the bounty office gets a little sour when you work around them. So if you want to get involved with any of the professionals here in town, you'll have to go see them. And if you do so, then we can talk, and I could maybe get involved. I'm a bit proud of my work, but there's others who might take up the job.
What kind of world do you live in, son? You think you're living in Candyland, asking for apologies and worried about what the town council or anybody else is going to think about who's taking what contract? I don't know any self-respecting bounty hunter who doesn't just, take the lead when they're given it, especially one who's offering as much money as I am. 25,000 gold.
Holy shit.
25,000 gold.
Smokes.
That is quite a big
He like puffs his chest up a
Big-
little bit and kind of like turns to the guard a little bit and kind of licks his finger, kind of reaches into a bag, pulls out a parchment, kind of unfurls it, and you see the same glowing picture that was, well, you didn't see it previously, Blackstar saw it, but now you see Blackstar with his face just kind of all charismatic saying, I'm known as Blackstar Lazarus, as he was introducing himself previously with a bunch of wording on it. This individual right here, I'm going to have his head on a platter, or we'll see what the other arrangements might be, but 25,000 dead or alive.
Dead or alive, 25,000.
You seen this individual?
I'll have to keep an eye out for him, right, fellas? And I turn back and look directly at Blackstar.
And
Have to keep an eye out for him, huh, fellas?
if you don't mind me asking, what did he do to earn such a large bounty?
You saying this right now?
Yeah, I'm asking him.
What did he?
I'm
do?
asking the captain.
Oh, you shout
yeah,
you shout this up to him.
Yeah.
Betrayed his family, backstabber, stole from the hand that fed him. Just like his mama.
Dude, you are literally like Dreek right now. You're like, this guy is so cool.
It's Jericho.
Everybody froze for me. Am I the one who's am I frozen for anybody? Did okay.
Hello.
Oh, Eric's here
I'm here
twice.
twice. Look at that.
Right.
Look at me. I don't know what happened. It's,
Now it's gone.
All right.
okay, there we go.
Eric died.
Hello. I've been reborn.
I knew Jason was gonna.
Yeah. Yeah. What's funny is for a while the video froze on like most of you guys and I could still hear you. I heard like, oh, what happened to Eric? And then it completely froze and I restarted it. But you all froze as well, video.
I saw everybody freeze, as well. I should have taken a screenshot.
Yeah. Luckily, it wasn't a big deal.
So nobody else froze except for me and Eric?
Nope,
Yeah.
just you guys.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Because you guys smell funny.
Probably.
So I don't know if you caught that. Man, now you guys are all, your cameras are all messed up now. That's frustrating. Hold on a second. I gotta fix this.
no.
We gotta rearrange.
All right, it's back to normal now. I don't know if you caught that last part when you had asked what the person did to earn the bounty.
Yeah, he told us he betrayed his family and he was backstabbed.
Backstab, stole from the hand that fed him, and then he said, just like his mama.
Oh.
Wow. Well,
That's rude.
he must have done. That must be quite the betrayal for a bounty of that size. Look, like I said, we'll let you get back to your dinner, and we'll keep an eye out for him. You said it's fiery haired. That seems odd. We should be able to pick him out.
Not a whole lot of others like that around, but we know he's here. So
All right.
we're going to be finding him probably within the next 24 hours. So that bounty's, if we find him, then I get to keep my 25K. But if you want the job, you bring him back before we
Fair
do.
enough. You have a good night, sir.
All right.
And I start shoving Blackstar back. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
So you guys hurriedly.
And no talking. Get through the port.
Yeah,
We need to get back into town before we say anything.
And you can see the guards kind of like are now fixed on your position, which you kind of disappear into the darkness, and then as you're making your way up the stairs, you pass by where the two individuals were that you saw at the table, and there's the lantern that's hanging there. So you I'm assuming Blackstar just kind of like
the bottom of the stairs. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure if he doesn't have one, I'm gonna pull out my own cloak and throw it over him.
Okay.
I don't fight at all. I go with it.
Okay.
Then we go
Sure.
up the stairs.
All right. You guys make your way back up to the top of the stairs. You're in the dock section of town now. You pass by the Gambler's Light, which is the lighthouse on your left-hand side there. And where are you heading?
It's back into town through the gates.
Yeah, so are we going to the magic shop or are we skipping down immediately?
We got a bit of time. We can hit the shop and then head back for the night at the inn and talk about this.
Yeah, let's. Okay, let's go.
Fortunately, the magic shop's right there. I point to it as we get in the gates.
Uh-huh.
We're about heading this way anyway.
Yep. You already passed it once, so... yeah, so you come up to this... Black Star is just cloaked permanently now, I guess. Just
Yep, no fire.
No
whatsoever.
more playing music loudly in the marketplace.
No.
Hey,
It's really didn't work out.
could I have your meatless meat stick, please?
Right, yeah, here you go.
Thank you. I put a few good berries on it. I give it to Black Star. Here you go, buddy.
Thank you. And Black Star will just kind of timidly nibble at one.
Timidly.
Oh, right.
nibble at one.
Xander, if you want to get one of the meat sticks, you probably should go get one now before we head in here, because they're probably going to sell out and or close up before we're done in here.
I mean, I feel like there are bigger things at hand right now. I don't.
Now's not the time to panic. You start panicking, you cause a ruckus, it'll draw attention. Just if you want
If
a meat
you
stick,
start
go get it.
panicking, then I'll start panicking, and Lord
If
knows
he
who will
starts
panic
panicking,
because
I'm
I'm panicking.
pissed off.
If y'all start panicking, I'm walking away.
Okay, no one panic then.
I'm fine.
I'm okay.
You really though, you should.
lost.
Those are really good meat sticks, though.
Guys, let's maybe not right now. We have
All right.
bigger things at hand. But thank
All right,
you
all
for
right.
thinking of it.
I'm getting more of those tomorrow.
You
All right,
see...
in we go.
Well, you see what appears to be a 2-story building that is of humble means. There is almost like there was a shed attached to the left-hand side of this square building with a single door on the center of it. At the top, the shed off to the side looks as though it's been permanently affixed as like an extension of the home and not done as well, but there's a bunch of webs that have been kind of put into the crevices around where the shed attaches to the home to cause it to be more firmly attached and more waterproof. The second story windows themselves are completely covered in webs from the inside, so you see like just a little bit of light kind of peeking through there, and there is light coming from the first floor, and there's actually a small staircase that leads up to, because the house is kind of raised up on this stone foundation, maybe about 5 feet. So a few steps that lead up to this front door that looks at, like over time, maybe the door was changed out from being a normal person-sized door to a much larger door that would accommodate a spider, the spider kind that live throughout here. The door is closed. There is a sign above that kind of hangs and gently waves in the breeze that's kind of flowing through the town at this later hour, it being around 7 o'clock now in the evening. It just says Webs of Wonder. Let's see. Nope, that's the wrong page. Too many pages. Webs of Wonder, Specialties and Oddities. Do you go and open the door and walk inside? It is not locked, so it's a large door kind of swings out in your direction. Like, it would knock somebody off the stairs. There's no, like, landing at the top. It's just stairs that lead up to the door. So you have to, like, step out of the way and undo this huge door and kind of step inside. Immediately on the inside, there is a giant fireplace that is on the left-hand side. It's almost like this was just a home that was converted into a shop. There are some racks of weird-looking carapaces of various, like, large insectoid-type creatures, some that are spiders and some that are not, that are kind of, like, placed up and hung on the wall like trophies. There is a desk that would be suitable for a regular humanoid person, but it is a little bit lower to the ground than normal to probably allow for this spider to just step over it and out into the shop to greet people. You don't see anybody immediately on the inside. There is a staircase on the right-hand side that kind of leads up to the upper floor, and it looks like a door at the back that leads to some other back chambers. Looking up, there is a... Yes?
As we walk in, I want to basically be like, you still open, Rika? Or is it Rika?
It's Rika.
Rika. Yeah.
Rika. Yes? I am here. And immediately above you, you see a large spider hanging from the ceiling, just kind of up there, just kind of hanging out on the ceiling, as spiders do. And she immediately kind of flips over and lands on the ground, and you could see kind of medium-sized for the spiders that I haven't really described a whole lot of them being throughout the town, but they're definitely intermingled with the people that are here in Ryver. This one individual has 3 eyes that are ruined on the left-hand side, and a large, like, black... it's not an eye patch. It's like a piece of cloth or like a scarf that's kind of like wrapped around the head to cover over the 3 ruined eyes. 2 of the appendages have these really intricate, like bracers that are on them that look like they have runes that have several gems set into them on 2 of the appendages. The rest of the appendages have boots on them that would be normally worn by other humanoid races of differing sizes, differing looks to them, but that's the presentation that's presented here. On the top of where some of the straggly, spidery fur that's here kind of straggles down on the sides is braided, and there's like these little glowing blue and yellow beads that come down and hang along the side of what would be the head or the face of a spider. That's here. Ah, Razir, you have come to see me.
Howdy. Indeed I have. Got a few friends with me that I told I would show them the best magic shop in town.
Oh, you're too kind. I would like to show you all of my wares. I'm not... It's very interesting. It's very, very hard to talk like this. Hi.
Right, we'll do a bit of shopping, and boy here, I point to Xander. Him especially, he's got a few things in mind. He's quite the magical one himself.
Someone who's interested in the arcane? I would very much like the opportunity. And she like up to Xander. You guys have all kind of walked in now. You have this spider that is bigger than you are, kind of. Maybe a little bit shorter, but like in physical dimensions, horizontally is bigger than you are. Comes up, and the 2 front appendages kind of come up and kind of like, oh, may I? Goes to like touch you on your head.
Yes.
And you hear this really disgusting, almost like the sound of something being regurgitated or some part of the inner mouth moving and sliding and cracking, like, and like the part of the mouth kind of opens up, and there's these like little spindly, I mean, for lack of a better word, it's kind of like what a mind flayer looks like when their mouth opens up and they're kind of like with these like little appendages.
Yeah.
But it doesn't actually touch you with that. There's a little bit of breath that comes out in your direction, and there's little sparkly like silver motes of energy just kind of like breeze past you, and one of the appendages wraps around the backside of your head and pulls you forward as it kind of washes over the front of your face. And it's warm.
Not at all terrifying.
And soothing, actually. As much as this entire presentation that you agreed to is very frightening, extremely frightening, like you're about to be eaten by the spider. She pulls back after it's completed. Quite the head on this one, Razir. I look forward.
He's a smart one.
Look forward to helping you with your endeavors.
What just happened?
I was just inspecting your arcane being for the unknown.
What does that mean?
You'll find out someday, I assure you.
I'm just gonna look at
You have an incredible aptitude for things within my shop. I have many things that I can offer you, and of course, things aren't free, but I'm always looking for help around the shop. If you would like a discount, as everyone who comes here asks for a discount.
I mean, yeah, it depends on what you need help with, but I'd be okay with helping.
Well, as Razir has provided for me in the past, I like samples of the DNA of arcane users. You've brought one yet again for me, Razir. I appreciate your efforts.
Right. Well, that wasn't quite my intent, but in fact, everybody here has got a bit of magic in them.
And when she said DNA, because she meant blood, because there's no, it's not, we're not, forensic
Crack
analysts,
the genome.
analysts going here.
Chino.
All I ask is for a prick of blood from your finger.
Why?
For my own personal studies, and for the betterment of all who would study these things. Your blood will be put in a book of remembrance for all time.
And how much of a discount does this get me?
10% on everything you wish to buy.
I think I'm gonna look at the prices before I make a final decision on that. Thank you, though. It's generous.
Of course. And I recently acquired these boots that I'm wearing. They are meant to be shown and not touched, unless you wish to purchase them. And she like holds up one boot at a time and kind of like gently strokes it with one of the appendages that doesn't have a boot on it, showing it off and kind of like holding it in the air. It is actually 3 different pairs of boots that are just on the remainder of the 6 appendages that are, towards the back there. But one of them has like this poofy like white fur around the top of it, and it looks like a very well-made leather boot that's been like kind of suction cupped or fitted to the spider appendage, like she's attuned to all of these items, so they're just working for her. All of these various things I have are for easy traversal and for jumping and maybe a little bit of flying if you are lucky, but it depends on how they're used and the application and anyways, I will stop talking and let you talk to me. Let me know what it is you wish to find here. I am Rika. What is your name, sir, that I've just scanned without asking your name?
I'm Xander.
Xander?
It's nice to meet you. I'm looking for arcane parchment and ink for scribing, and I'm also just looking to get some incense and charcoal and materials for familiar creation and recreation if I have to ever change form or anything like that.
You ask for a lot. I will have to look and see what my stocks currently are. How much parchment and... You said ink? Or just parchment?
Parchment and ink, yes.
How much?
I believe from the math that I did, it seems like I need roughly 300 gold worth of parchment and ink.
Are you asking or are you telling? Because it sounds like you're asking.
I'm telling.
Okay.
I'm telling, but like
in an uneasy way.
I know there's going to be different prices here, so
gotcha.
Like by standard price.
Well, So, I mean, technically it says you need 300 gold worth of magic parchment and ink, correct?
Yes.
So you just need 300 gold worth of parchment and ink, which would
Yes.
mean that price wouldn't change. You wouldn't buy 300 gold worth of parchment and ink and have it cost 350 because they're charging more there. It's whatever it's
Okay.
worth. And that's
Okay,
how
yeah.
I interpret it.
Well, that's how I would interpret it, but like the discount and everything, so I don't know. But okay, yeah. I mean, that works for me. I'm pleased with that one. So,
Now, as to whether or not everything else is at a discount, you haven't agreed to anything yet. So
well, I'm not in the market for anything else yet.
only 300 gold worth. I have that at my disposal. If you don't mind a bit of silk magic parchment that I produced myself. Should suffice for one as apt as you are.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll work great.
Right.
Um,
I will go and fetch that. Is there anything else I should be going and fetching? You said incense.
yeah,
And-
the incense and charcoal. Ideally, 50 gold worth of that.
50 gold worth of incense and 50 gold worth of charcoal.
It's hold
Or
on, let me look
incense
at
and
the spell
charcoal.
really
50
quick.
total,
It's
I believe.
it's 50 total. I'm looking for
You're
because
looking for five instances of it.
Yeah, I'm looking for 5 instances. So it's 10 gold worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs that must be consumed by fire.
And you want 5
I'm-
worth of that to...
I'm also looking for one set of that, so 10 gold worth.
So, easy enough to procure. She brings those forward for you.
When she's going and getting all the stuff, I lean over to Razir. So like, the silk paper, is that like from her butt?
I ain't sure where it comes from, but spiders do make all them webs and such.
This is a very strange place. I'm not sure I like this town.
I don't know. I don't know that you refer to it as our butt, but it is definitely produced from our bodies. We've been producing it for well over 100 years, passed down through the generations, and we know what we're doing. It is the finest of paper that you will find in all the land, crafted by...
I have no doubt. I'm sure it's very finely crafted. It's just very new, is all.
Well, the paper itself is not new, but I know what you mean.
Right, yeah.
Is there anything I can do to set your mind at ease while you're here?
No, I think it's just going to take some getting used to.
You've not been around our kind before, have you, Xander?
No, not really.
Well, Razir can tell you all about us and all of what we do and how we help the town and how we've integrated quite nicely. And I think that you would make a great addition if you wish to stay here for a while and share with me as I share with you. Think about it. I could use an apprentice.
Yeah,
a fine addition to my collection.
I'll think about it. I'll talk with Razir and see what happens.
Razir, these are all your traveling companions. Are you all bounty hunters?
Nah, that's more still just my thing. We got into some stuff up north a bit and ran into each other and basically stuck together since. And no goals in mind right now. We're just kind of traveling together for now.
Right. Well, I will tell you that, unfortunately, the guard has, well, you will say, and she holds up the 2 appendages, and confiscated a lot of my wares that I have within my shop, and I don't have as much as I had before, but I did just recently receive a shipment that is of special kinds of things that I thought you might be interested in, and I just made a fresh batch of my electric eel sushi, which is a beneficial lightning-based enchantment for yourself or for the future. It keeps. I've made sure that when I crafted it, that it will last well over a century.
Well, that's a long shelf life. I'm not sure we're interested in that, but we'll take a look and maybe see what else you got in that shipment of yours.
Right. Well,
Always like to stop by and see what's on in stock.
well, I have these fine gauntlets, and she like goes over and like, it's all in the back. I'll be right back. And she like opens the large door that
Take
goes
your
to the
time.
back room, closes it behind her, and we're gonna take a break. So she comes back out from the back room and has like 3 crates, one on each appendage, and kind of comes out and puts them on the desk out front and kind of rummages through a few things. You see a set of armor, a breastplate, a set of gauntlets. She kind of does a small flourish from underneath the counter and pulls out this small like parchment wrapped thing and puts it on the counter and kind of unfurls it, and immediately the smell of pungent like fish fills the air. It's like really, really strong in the space, and there's this light almost like glowing piece of eel that's placed there that has several bits and pieces of other types of fish kind of shoved in the center of it, and it does not look appetizing at all, but it occasionally this little tiny arcs of electric energy kind of all around it. This is my electric eel sushi that provides you with some resistance to electricity and also some benefits when in combat, if you wish. I made it myself. I also have all of these boots on my feet currently that I am offering to anyone who wishes to be more fleet of foot, as they say, and they also allow some other advantages, whether it be being able to move faster or jump farther and other things that carry you as boots do. I have a wide array of other armors and also a few other trinkets and potions. Is anyone looking for anything specifically?
They were starting to show us some gauntlets.
Well, she said she had some and they were in the back room, so she brought them out. They were in one of the crates.
Oh, right.
This pair of gauntlets, this came in as a kind of a secret delivery, if you will, from somewhere far away. Seems to have been, or said to have been, pulled from the arms of a powerful ogre out in the wilds.
That's funny.
What Eric immediately knows what they are.
Yeah, you just told us the name.
Yeah.
All right.
I have several scrolls, if you're looking for anything specific.
Got anything that's directed towards the simpler magics, like maybe cantrip level or something? Because I don't get into nothing fancy with the magic like the kid does. But so, like always, I'm seeing if you got anything in a shipment, looking towards them simpler level magics.
What kind of
I-
scrolls do
Bolstering
you have?
them.
Spell scrolls of varying levels and power. One that's been popular amongst the guard recently is the one called Toll the Dead. If you have any interest, seems as though there's been some undead activity within the Gambler's Basin recently. Some attacks here and there that have been described as not usual. We haven't really had Ryver hasn't been attacked or under any kind of siege or any dangers, and as long as I can remember. And recently there's some kind of danger that's been caused by the Gambler's Basin, they say. I have Firebolt, and I have Message, should you need it. I have sending, and is there a particular one you're looking for?
And
The cantrip nature? Talking to Brazier, who asked about cantrips.
Oh, I was asked about magic items that bolster camp level stuff,
Oh,
basic level things, not
magic-
scrolls.
Oh, magic items that bolster.
You know what I'm
cantrips.
looking. You know what I'm looking for.
What is he looking for?
Particular set of bracers.
I don't remember off the top of my head what it is that you're referring to. If you could remind me what they're called.
Illusionists braces. Illusionists bracers. They are a very rare purple tier item. They let you cast a cantrip as a bonus action if you've cast it as your action. So you get to double up on cantrips during your turn.
Neat.
I wants it. I
Nice.
needs it.
he wants it. Hisa needs it.
It's like the only magic item I want in this campaign.
The entire campaign is the only one you want.
It's the only one I care about actually getting my hands on, yeah.
I have heard of what you speak of, but I do not currently have it within my repertoire, as they say.
Oh, you heard of something like that then?
I have. Someone who came through here not but a few weeks ago from Sayor was wearing a pair of them.
Or what? Because I in-game only asked, like, do you have any stuff that works with that? I
Wearing a
didn't mention
pair-
specifically.
Sure, wearing a pair of special bracers that aid you in being able to use your cantrips more frequently, should you wish.
Well, that sounds right up my alley. You said Sayor they came from.
Didn't give a name when asked, just that they resided within Sayor and that they were looking for something in the way of love.
Right. Okay. Well, good to know something like that's out there then. I'll keep an eye out for it. Thank you.
Yes. Well, will that be all then? Have your parchment and ink and your incense and charcoal and
Yeah. I mean, what kind of like spells do you have by chance?
well,
Spell scrolls.
I have a scroll of invisibility and a scroll of speak with dead. I have a scroll of fly. What was that other one? Hold on. Why does D&D Beyond take so long to load sometimes? There we go.
Because the item list pages are slow.
Oh, let me
I
see
have a
something.
scroll of comprehend languages and a scroll of identify, a scroll of ice knife. Those are the specific lower level ones that I have at my disposal. You're looking for something a bit higher?
Yeah, maybe I might be in that area. I'm just kind of looking, just trying to figure out any idea of what might be out there. So
Okay. Is there one in particular that you're looking for before I go listing off another 10
not
different
in
ones?
particular. I'm just looking to see what she has. She doesn't need to have every spell. I'm just curious.
And she doesn't have every spell.
right.
No. Okay. I mean, if there isn't anything. Come on, D&D Beyond, load faster.
The joys of playing on Friday nights when the servers are full.
When
Yeah.
everybody else is also playing D&D at the
Yeah.
same time.
Mm-hmm.
I have a scroll of Dimension Door. I have a scroll of Blight. I have a scroll of Vitriolic Sphere. I can keep going.
Hold on.
I mean, aren't the last three you said all 4th level spells?
They are, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How much?
Love how Felix just knows their 4th level
Well,
spells.
I know Vitriolic Sphere and Dimension Door are, and I felt like Blight was a 4th level spell as well.
Yep.
I thought it was only on the cleric list. Fucking druids.
How much for the scroll of invisibility?
Oh, it is this time, first time purchasing of a scroll, 20 gold.
I'm in, and I'll get.
That is so cheap for a scroll.
I'm in, and I'll get an additional 100 gold worth of parchment.
Okay.
So 120 gold now.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, she already mentioned fly.
Oh, fly was on there too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Think you got all that platinum?
Oh, wait. All right, hold on. And how much would fly be per chance?
Well, now that we're talking about the second purchase of a scroll, we are in the neighborhood for fly of about 300 gold.
Right. That's a little steep. Give me 1 second. I'm just doing the math on what I just lost. 300. I still have a lot of platinum.
What was it? 100 platinum? Was it?
I got 100 platinum. I could afford it.
And there was a party fund we could dip into. Get you more spells.
Yeah. We have like over 2,000 gold.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna get this spell. If I can just dip a little bit to party funds.
Yeah.
Is it really worth the one-time use of a scroll, though?
Well, I could
You
scribe
could scribe it in his book.
Oh, you can do that.
So I'll get the scroll with my money, and then I'd need
This is
what?
for invisibility, or you're spending
Yes.
300 on fly.
Yeah, and then I'd need an additional. Yeah, that's so. The 20 for invisibility I already paid for, and then fly, so 300 gold. So I would need 150 gold worth of parchment ink in order to scribe it, and so I could go, like, I basically the goal would be to go halvesies, so half party fund, half my money.
So how much would that be?
Give me 1 second. So 75 gold from you guys.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, we got
that's
plenty
barely
there.
a dent in the party fund.
Heck, take a little bit more. Cover a bit more. Keep some more pocket change.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll go for
just
even
then
100.
just cover the parchment. Just cover the parchment then.
So 150
150.
is total. All right, yeah.
So just cover the parchment. I'll pay for the.
All right.
So all right, cool.
We have
so
so much money.
So I have invisibility and fly to scribe also. Guys, we're gonna be here a couple days. Um,
But Xander's gonna have fly.
I'm gonna have wrist pocket, invisibility, fly, knock, disguise self, and fortune's favor.
Wow, you just got a major upgrade to your spells.
Yeah.
A bunch of spells added. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's huge.
Just gotta have the slots to use them.
Yep. That's what preparing is for. Okay, and I'm gonna itch my finger and look around, and all right, I think I'm all set, guys.
Right. Well, just for curiosity's sake, what do the boots on your feet do? Or with?
Well, I explained to some extent what they do.
They help you move around, but you got 3 different pairs on.
Well, the first one is about striking, being able to move quickly and also attack after having moved quickly. Sometimes you like to dash across the battlefield and then being able to do so and also take an attack after dashing is an important thing for some individuals. The second of which, and those are the ones that have like these little like wings. No, not wings. I guess kind of like feathered things kind of sticking out of the sides of both of them, kind of like boots of haste, but they're not at all. The second of which she holds up and shows to you. They look like they should be on an old grandma. They're these like black leather boots, but they're not fashionable black leather boots. They're like for tromping through the snow and going out to shovel a driveway or something, and they have like this little kind of poof of white like cushion stuff kind of sticking out over the tops of them. They're all laced down the front. They look like a pain in the butt to take on and off. These allow you to expend a little bit of yourself to allow you to move through difficult areas with ease, but also allow you to be more stealthy. Like you're an old person that walks very, very slowly, but in fact you're actually doing it quite quickly, and no one hears you as you're walking. They're called the boots of the grandmother.
I mean, who's the grandma of the group?
And the first ones were called the boots of the swift striker. These third ones are called boots of pouncing. You are able to walk faster than the average person. You are also able to, if you walk very briskly towards a person and then make an attack on them, you have the ability to, or a chance to knock them on their back to help your friends be able to pummel them while they're on the ground. The fourth pair, which I'm not actually wearing, he pulls out of the box and kind of puts them down. These are like do you ever watch the episode of SpongeBob where he puts on the rubber boots? They're squeaking on the ground like
Yeah.
They're basically a giant pair of rubber boots, but they're really, really thick, like super, like putting your feet in these. You're afraid that you might like cut off the circulation and like have to have your foot amputated. Sliding them into these really thick rubber boots. These are called boots of solid footing. And they also allow you to move through areas without any difficulty. Yes, these are basically provide a similar function to some of the other ones that, but are that's all they do, and they're less price, of course, because that's all they do. So you have some other ones with some pretty powerful effects on them, but also with the ability to move more quickly and strike and knock things down and move through more difficult areas. And then you have these basic ones for a significantly lower price that just allow you to move through more difficult areas without unhindered.
Please don't take offense, but since it's our first time meeting, I'd just like to ask Razir a few things. It's nothing bad about you. It's just making sure we're doing good business.
Of course. And she like takes her front appendages and puts them over her head like this, and then you just hear la 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 like really loudly throughout the shop here. So in order to talk, you're gonna have to shout over her noise, but she's not gonna be able to hear you because she's making the noise. Yeah,
Like you're talking at a concert to each other.
So, Brazier, do you think she'd be up for a trade for maybe a few of the magical items for like, let's say, the potion or a few of the weapons we got in the
Yep, if she's interested in them, probably.
because I'm especially like wary about the potion since it's such a rare item.
Right.
Like I
She
wouldn't
may or
want
may
to
not be
show it.
interested.
Yeah, but
I'd feel safe letting her know we had it.
all right, yeah, that's what I was wondering. All right, I do thumbs up.
Give a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Ah la la. Oh,
yeah. So I was wondering if you'd be interested in doing maybe a few trades because we have a few magical items of our own. So trading a few of those for a few of yours.
oh. Well, truth be told, I wasn't done explaining to you all of the wondrous goods that I have available to me, but I guess we could start by you presenting what it is you'd like to offer as a trade.
Well, we do have a few of these weapons. Just give me a sec. Pull out the hole.
Lay it out. Oh, I could use one of those.
No, that we need the hole. We're keeping that. But
Oh,
just hold on a sec. I jumped out of the hole. Guys, I'm gonna pass you a few of the weapons.
sorry. The yeah,
We should
I'm
get
pretty.
a ladder.
I'm pretty sure it's
Keep the ladder in the hole.
people can see and people can see out, but people can't see in to it.
Just an adamant like
So it's
great
just-
sword just
it's
pokes
just-
out of the hole.
Stuff just starts coming out of the hole. Yep. Gotta start grabbing stuff and bringing it out. Okay, so you're offering her. You're just showing her the adamantine weapons that you have,
Yeah.
and oh, well, I don't have a large backlog of money, but maybe we could work in a form of trade. Have you already had these appraised, or have you brought them here to be appraised?
I mean, you could appraise them yourself if you want to, but our magically inclined friend over here, and I point at Xander, already used a spell I think was called Identify to
Oh.
yes to find out their adamantine weapons, and they seem to be sharper than normal weapons of that kind.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I could we could turn these into a credit of some kind if you wish. I would be willing to give you 225 gold per item. I can
All right.
afford. It depends on what the trade is
Yeah.
going to be. Also, I'm not made of money here, so depends on what we're looking to get. So
we just gave you a lot.
also depends on whether or not I can, sell these. Perhaps the town could have use of them. I have to look into that. But would you like to see the other things I have to offer?
Oh yes.
Okay. I have, she pulls out a small case and kind of opens it up, and on the inside there's a very smooth, polished gray stone kind of set into a velvet case on the inside. This is, I'm told, is called a luck stone. I have this available if it is it suits your fancy. This I'm selling for 600. Kind of puts that forward.
For another reroll.
Doesn't the luck stone like give you
unfortunately,
plus
I
one
have
to basically anything?
A luck stone would be nice.
Let's see here.
Yeah, +1 to ability checks and saving throws, just across the board.
This, kind of takes out this old, dusty, rag-looking robe type situation with a hood on it, and kind of unfurls it, and dust goes flying into Black Star's face and Thrall's as well. You can see that it's a finely made robe. It looks like it's been patched all over the entirety of the robe, but upon further consideration of it, it's not patching of damaged bits. There are patches that have little pictures on them that are all over the side of this robe, which kind of holds it forward. This is a robe of useful items. This is 800 gold. Razir, you showed a little bit of interest in the gauntlets, but I think I told you about those. The gauntlets, they go for 800 gold as well. The breastplate I have gives you a little bit more bonus as a breastplate does. If anyone's interested in that, that's going for 1900.
Ooh.
Bit steep on that one. Oh, this necklace, and you see a heart, or a kind of a glass heart with some red swirling liquid on the inside of it, and the heart is the body of a spider that has like its limbs kind of spread out, so when it's laying against you, it's just kind of like a spider on you with a red heart. And she holds it up, and it has this like very, very slow kind of undulating, kind of like a heartbeat, but a lot slower to it. They say this is called a periaptive wound closure. I have this available. I don't know if I have this marked down discounted for some reason. I don't know. I have it written down as 500 gold. It sounds a little bit less than I would normally sell it for, but that's what I have it there for. Now, this you may be interested in, and besides the potions, the various potions I have available to me, and I won't go through all of those, but I work with the craftsmen here within Ryver, and they make various interwoven mails of kind, whether it's chain mails or scale mails or studded leathers that are interwoven with the spider webbing that my kind create, and allows you to have freedom of movement while you're in the water. So pick your kind of armor that you're interested in, and it is I have a good variety of them at my disposal. And that's all. We'll call it a day on the description of magic items for now. If there's anything else that you need, you can give me a description, and I'll tell you if I have it. I just laid out the smorgasbord of magic shops in front of you.
Yeah.
The few boots she described, could we actually get those, like the effects, like in the Discord, so we can see what they do?
I don't know if that's how a magic shop works. She's
All right.
going to actually tell you exactly how they...
No, that's fine.
You know what?
All
Why not?
right.
You know what? Why not? Because what difference does it make? It's not like you're going to come back here looking for these boots. I'll even post the prices next to them.
So right now, guys, if we're like including all of the weapons, we do have basically a total of 5,000 gold to bargain with.
That's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, those boots are pricey.
Oh, wait a second. What did I forget here? Oh, I forgot the middle one.
Wait. If we had Rogue, the first boots would be so good. They can dash as a bonus action.
Yeah. Boots of the grandmother.
Yep.
How much was the luck stone?
600.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. I'd kind of like it too.
I mean, for 600, that's definitely worth it. So,
Blackstar +1 to everything.
Yes, sounds.
I mean, and
pretty
plus
nice.
he already has Jack of all trades, so he basically have
Mhm.
proficiency in everything with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll take it. Let me have the luck stone, please, madam.
All right.
Well, I can't let you have it, but I can sell it to you.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, interesting point of note. You just said absolutely. It reminded me. I went upstairs to put my daughter to bed, and she's like packing things away in this tiny backpack. She's 4, right? And she's like shoving things in there. And I'm like, Nova, it's time to go to bed. She's like, yeah. And I'm just going to put stuff inside of here. I'm just going to, oh, it's not going to fit. It's not going to fit. I'm like, look, pick it up, bring it to your bedroom because we're going to bed. I don't have time for this. Absolutely, Dad. Literally said it just like that. Picked up the stuff and went and brought it to her bedroom. So ridiculous. She said absolutely. I've never heard of a 4-year-old saying absolutely. But
Do I pay
It
out
is
of my
ridiculous.
pocket?
do you pay out of your pocket?
I mean, you
Alright.
can, or we have the pile of money in the hole right now.
Can I half
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, sure. So
Half.
it was 600 total, so 300 from party funds. All right.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, bro. All right. I was looking at the boots, but there are 2 items that interest me: the first boot, the boots of Swift Striker, or the breastplate.
It's a +1 breastplate.
Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, because with that, I get to a 20 AC.
Yeah.
For 1900.
Yeah,
1900.
that's what I am.
I mean, this is a good opportunity to trade in those weapons for stuff we'd want. How many of those did we have left? 8
9.
or 9? Yeah. Which 250 each. Yeah, you could trade in just a chunk of those weapons for that armor.
I mean, if you guys are fine with that.
Yeah, I mean,
Is it-
I'm looking at it as like it's going to be annoying to try and unload those elsewhere. So if we
Yeah.
have the opportunity to do so, then making the trade for something that's useful for us.
Yeah, so the weapons still would total about to 2,250 gold. That's only the weapons.
Yep.
I take 1 out, I guess. Take 1 out.
Did you have
the
10 left of
100
them?
9.
9.
We gave
One to Black Star.
Brel has 1. Yeah, and Blackstar has
Yep.
1.
I have one what?
the
And then the
adamantine
main
The
weapon.
adamantine weapons.
Oh yeah, a longsword.
And Duke has a short sword, I believe.
Yeah, he does.
Alex is saying 2 of these weapons.
I get so many things.
Yeah, so I guess I pay how much minus 500, so 150. Yeah, we could do 7 of the weapons plus 150 straight gold.
I say if we can just bring the weapons and then get some cash back, kind of thing.
I mean,
Just-
if your friend
just
doesn't
do that.
mind, yeah. Because then we could do 8 weapons, and she gives us back 100 gold.
If
Well,
she's
she said
wants
she
all of
wasn't
them.
very liquid right now.
Yeah, so that's why.
Right, but we just
Well,
How about
gold isn't
Give her a
liquid.
bunch.
how
Solid.
about how about a potion of water breathing to make up the additional gold for that, right? You trade
That,
in-
or is anyone interested in any other of the of our items?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, not really. None of them
Nothing really
quite.
serves for me.
Oh, do you want
Yeah.
extra parchment ink to
Yeah, for the
later?
future.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like a surplus?
Yeah, then we could do that. 100 gold's worth of parchment and ink.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right.
I'll be mostly cleaned out at that point.
That's fine.
If you're willing to trade, we are.
It's been
Good thing
quite
for a shop over, right?
quite the quite the interaction today. Yes.
Yeah, it
quite
turns out you
lucrative.
come across quite a few things when you go out and wander the world a bit.
Hmm.
Who knows? We might stumble across some more stuff and stop by your way again.
Could be very lucrative.
Hopefully the guard don't come around again and take your stuff.
Well, they're only borrowing it, as they said.
Right.
Protectors of the town, after all.
Well, I hope you do indeed get your stuff back. If that be the case.
Maybe some of the members of Octawave might be interested in some of these adamantine weapons. I'll ask around.
All right.
Anyways,
Well, I'm glad you're willing to trade for them. We were kind of starting to wonder what to do with them. So appreciate that.
you're finally getting rid of all your weapons.
We have one left.
Nice.
One.
We should decide. We should decide right now what it is.
Yeah, what?
It's
So
it's a
wait,
halberd.
It's a
Alex.
halberd.
I was gonna say, Alex, what is your next character?
We both said halberd at the same time.
My next
That's
character will
amazing.
be a barbarian.
And they'll use a halberd.
They'll use a halberd. Polearm master.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I guess that settles it. It's definitely a halberd.
Yeah, it's definitely a halberd. There's no. This is not up for debate.
How did we both decide on halberd at the same time?
I
It's
don't.
so
I don't
weird.
know. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Bracers. Is there any? Let's see. What am I wearing? Just to see if studded leather. Any +1 or something? Studded leather armor.
I don't have +1. Oh, you're just asking. There's no +1. It's there is basically the mariner's armor equivalent of studded leather if you wanted that.
The only other magic armor other than pluses I'd be interested in would be either the Heward's Hireling armor or Hunter's Coat, both of which are very rare tier.
Nope.
Yep. Man, all the stuff I want's purple.
Can't just skip to the end game.
We the orange potion, so I think we can. Sometimes.
I mean, the magical item I would want, but it would break Tim, I'm pretty sure. Is
Sunlights.
No, Sentinel Shield. Uncommon item, gives me advantage on perception, so I'd be at a 30 passive perception.
Yep. That's just dumb.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know, if
Oh,
I,
world
if I-
is it's a multi weapon.
if I
Uh-huh.
swapped out my glaive for that halberd. That's just an upgrade.
Is it?
They are identical weapons by the rules.
Except one is a +1.
Except one of them, except this particular halberd is an adamantine +1 weapon.
Oh, didn't you already have a warhammer that you were
Yeah,
using?
I got a great axe. It's also an
Great axe.
adamantine +1.
Yeah, you're using that.
I'm just saying. I could have it.
You could have an upgrade for the weapon you don't use since you already have an upgraded weapon.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I don't think we
swap
need to
them out.
upgrade your backup weapon.
I
The
mean,
great axe does more damage.
we could ask if she has maybe a magical bow or a gun, maybe?
A magical gun.
Yeah.
There's no way she'd have a magical gun.
Laser pistol.
It's not.
Ooh, laser
Donnie is
pistol.
not convinced that the magical gun is here.
Just pulls out a full M60 onto the table.
M249.
That's the truth. I got it, man. Just get one of those 50s, right? Put it on the back of Gate. Now I got stuff with the chunka.
Just strap a bunch of like the halberd and something else to the front of Gate and have him gore things when he's running
Oh my
forward.
God.
Like a bulldozer.
Railing maneuver. Yeah.
Or a triceratops.
Wait. Zender needs to pick up polymorph. I guess polymorph on Gates turning them into a triceratops now.
Oh boy,
Terrifying.
that'd be fun. I can't think of anything.
That's very dangerous.
Actually, is there a bag of holding available? Because that might be easier to deal with than the hole. Just to see if it's available.
Roll a percentile die for me.
Percentile die, boop. 56.
There is
Right in the middle.
there is no bag of holding available here.
That's a shame. We could have carried the bag in the hole.
Ooh, yeah,
No.
totally. We definitely could have done that.
Let's
and
change
figured out
the whole campaign.
Man, guys, this stinks. I'm
Wait a
I'm
minute.
so sad.
That's how we turned this campaign into Spelljammer, is we just do the thing and we go to the astral plane.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
Astral plane doesn't
I mean, yeah,
automatically
Donnie,
mean
you
Spelljammer.
could create your hub in the
Yeah, it
astral
does.
plane
Space.
and then just have people shining bags of holding into each other to get there.
Terrible.
The whole intro to a Spelljammer campaign is that exact thing happening in session 1, where you designed characters to play in like a regular fantasy setting, and then all of a sudden you're thrown into the astral plane.
Just at the end, like the boss of
you're
the small
just-
dungeon's like, I'm not going down alone.
Yeah. That's just the story of Voyager. We're just doing Voyager. Starting Voyager.
I'd be into that.
Hey,
Oh man.
you don't know that this won't eventually turn into Spelljammer if you guys eventually get past like the first 2 towns.
We are gonna blow up
That's-
the planet.
Spaceship.
Hey,
You did
I
mention
I
spaceship.
will find my spaceship.
I did. I've already
I know where
laid
it is.
a few breadcrumbs.
It's gonna take 10 levels to get there. I'll
Space
get my
breadcrumbs.
spaceship.
Yep. We will start Spelljammer, Space Jam,
Space Jam.
Space.
Aw, yeah. Play
We'll say-
Space Jam.
We'll start Spelljammer when you guys are around level 17, when we're just about done with the campaign, fighting
Yeah.
the big
It's time to go
bad.
do wild things in
And
space.
it's- Yep. At that point, you might want to re-roll new characters and then start in space.
Yeah.
After we've introduced that to the
Oh,
We-
it's gonna be a
That's what
bunch
we'll
of
do.
robot cowboys.
We yeah. We'll get these characters to those high levels and have our spaceship, and then we can start a new campaign where we're the crew of that space Spelljammer ship going
Amazing.
through
That sounds amazing.
our
That sounds amazing.
Original characters
That
as,
sounds
like, the
really
leaders.
cool.
yeah.
But we need the full like 2 or 3 year experience with these characters first to build up all
Yeah.
that lore and everything. Yep.
Assuming they don't die.
That's true.
Yeah.
They won't.
Not like
Hmm.
anyone
I think we got
died
that
already.
Rocks fall.
An aneurysm.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure everybody's done with the
Magical aneurysm.
done with the magic shop.
If they don't have anything else,
Oh wait,
Then yeah.
I do have the remembered the alchemical lantern.
we got hold of that. We might use it.
Will we though?
Maybe.
Does the flame thing like a burst of flame in front of it, right?
With the lantern, as 3 charges and gain all expended charges daily at dusk. While the lantern is lit, you can use the action to expend 1 charge to cause the lantern to spit out gooey alchemical fire at a creature you can see in the lantern's bright light. The lantern makes its attack roll with a +5 bonus. On a hit, the target takes 2d6 fire damage and is ignited. Until the creature takes an action to douse the fire, the target takes 1d6 fire damage at the start of each of its turn.
Ooh,
Actually,
you said.
there is something I'd like to ask the spider lady.
Mm-hmm.
Would you by chance have a dragon wing bow?
Is this going to be a legendary bow? I'm going to go look it up.
No,
It's going to be a
rare.
legendary.
It's a rare bow.
That's really. That's blue.
The blue.
In the middle.
Hmm. Hmm. You know, I do have one, but it is on loan right now to a friend of mine who is working within the wishing well, deep within the Gambler's Basin. If you find yourself there and you run into Gerald, my old friend Gerald,
Of Rivia.
Boo.
I was gonna ask, is he a witcher?
wow, Gerald, he is using it to protect himself against some of the more foul creatures that can be found deep within the mines. And so it does belong to me. If you find him and find it, and it makes its way back here to my shop, I would sell it to you.
Okay. How much do you charge for it?
2,000?
Oh yeah? Well, sounds about right. Okay. I'll see if I can save up some money for that.
All right. Well, Razir, thank you for bringing in all these new patrons. And do you have you have this group you've been traveling with for all this time now, or more recently? And do you have a name?
Well, not quite a name specifically we come up with, but we've been going by Threll and the boys because we got Threll and then the rest of the boys.
Oh, Threll. Right. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Raka, thank you so much for your time and for the trades.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love throwing the boys as a name. I think it's so funny.
It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, the spider lady wasn't super impressed. Didn't quite get it,
Clearly.
I guess.
Oh no,
That's fine.
nobody's gonna like
She's
the name.
not one anyways.
But
it's
that's
fine.
their choice.
Well, thank you for the trades and your time, and keep in mind all you let us know. I hope all goes well with your shop in the days coming.
Yes.
We might be around again. We'll be in town for a little bit, I think, and especially with what the boy got. I think it's gonna take him some time.
Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for any dangerous ongoings in the town. I've heard, as I mentioned, that there's some more dangerous up and coming things happening.
Well, I've heard from elsewhere too. Thanks for the warning.
Good night. And you guys finally exit the magic shop. An hour later. It's definitely, you guys have, spent some time looking at things and kind of examining whether or not you wanted to buy things. So we're going to say that it's in the interaction with the docks and running there, running back, doing this and that. It's probably around 8:30, 9 o'clock now at night. So it's getting later. Dreek kind of tugs on Razir's cloak or coat a bit. I know I've been trying to be really quiet. I really need to pee. Could we go back to the tavern, or can you bring me back there and I can just kind of wait in the room? There's a lot that was kind of scary. And then the docks, I wanted to say, here's Mr. Blackstar, but I didn't, and I feel like I need a reward for that.
Yeah, bless you, child.
That's so
All right,
funny.
we'll get you a meal back at the Lazy Nectar. As far as going relieve yourself, woods are right there if you need to go.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll wait.
All right, good choice.
But can I just go walk back to the tavern myself? Can I
I
maybe
think that's where we're all going to be heading.
Okay.
We got some stuff to talk about. Now look at Blackstar again.
Yes.
Drake, literally, as you're saying this, Drake walks up to Blackstar and punches Blackstar in the arm. Doesn't hurt at all. He's just a little 11-year-old boy. He's like, as hard as he can, punches you. Hey,
Yes.
you're supposed to be the cool one.
A dear child. I am.
Not down on the docks, you weren't.
That's.
Come on. We can talk about this on the way.
Wait, I thought Trell was the cool one.
I mean, Threll's cool. I'm Blackstar Lazarus.
How there's like cool pretty, and then there's like, cool Blackstar. So yeah, back to the tavern.
Buddy, hothead, as the reserve says, might want to slack on saying your name every 5 minutes from now on.
But it's so melodious. I can't help
That's not even a
myself.
word.
All right, so
It's
guys,
so-
25
no
down
one
the roll.
fast
This sounds
thousand.
nice, right?
All right, let's go. We'll talk there.
As you're walking back, like you make your way back to the Lazy Nectar, no problem. But on the way, you just hear from the back, Drake just goes, ha ha ha.
Awesome.
Somebody stop him.
He's on the right track.
All right, so you get back to the tavern. Turzan is there. It's kind of later. There's definitely some patrons in there that are partying. There's like there is music that's being played. There's a small music box off to the side. There's no minstrel or bard on the inside here, and you guys make your way up to your room, and the room is
Do I
yours.
see anyone? Or recognize anybody?
Make a perception check.
Nice.
17. There are a good number of individuals that are dancing, but there's no dance floor. It's just like the tables, so they're kind of awkwardly dancing in like around where the tables are. But the music is good, and what you do pick up on is I'd say there's 3 individuals in the tavern that aren't dancing, that are like 2 of which are talking to each other off on the left hand side at a table, just kind of talking to each other back and forth. Kind of seems like kind of an older gnome and a half-elven man who's sitting there, and they're deep in conversation. And then one individual who's like passed out way off in the right-hand corner. The 2 individuals, as they're having this conversation, the gnome who's actually facing the door as you guys are walking in, just like briefly kind of like breaks eye contact with the person she's talking to, looks over in your direction, and kind of like squints her eyes a little bit, and then turns back to the half-elven person and keeps talking.
I don't do anything flamboyant.
Okay. So
Just
you have your
hastily move to the room.
You have your 2 rooms available. Guys all funnel into one of the rooms, I assume, for conversation. Drake asks if he can go visit Buttercup and bring her food.
Yeah, of course. We'll get some dinner going for you. Get you a meal.
Yeah. I was watching what Mr. Blackstar was doing, and he pulls out like a handful of seed in his hand. One of the vendors. Anyways, I'm gonna go feed Buttercup if that's okay. So I'll be right back. And like glances over at Thrall to see if Thrall notices. You didn't. He didn't even come through.
No, not really.
I slide a gold into his pocket as he's doing.
Without him noticing.
Trying to.
Okay, you don't have to. He's not paying attention. He's like, he's intently looking at Thrall, basically trying to like. It's very, very obvious he's trying to make Thrall jealous by showing more attention towards Blackstar now and trying to be more like Blackstar now at this point. So, grabs runs downstairs. I'll be waiting for my food.
Yeah.
And then out of earshot, out of sight, gone. So, the room is yours.
I'll be a minute. I'm gonna walk downstairs a few moments after him and go over to Terzan. Hey, I'm gonna get a meal for the kid when he comes back in.
Right.
So if you could get that ready.
Yeah. There were
some more of us might come down for some as well a bit later, but for now I want to get that going.
Razir, I just want to tell you that there were some men here looking for someone who matched the description of your friend here. They were wearing like adventuring outfits and were very intent on finding your friend. I told them I hadn't seen anything. They wanted to probe my mind, but it is thick and they didn't find anything. So I would hope that I have some additional trust for the future. Not that we weren't friends before, Razir, but anyways.
There's a reason I stay here and not the candle coin.
Yeah. Old Kite in the Wind wouldn't be giving what I give for friendship.
Of course not. Of course not.
If I need a favor in the future, protection.
Oh, of course.
I appreciate it. Meal, yes. Does the boy like chicken?
I think he does. Yeah, whichever one you fancy making him, it's on me for that one.
He just had this little toy he was playing with that was like made with chicken feathers, so I wasn't sure if he preferred chicken or something else.
Honestly, I don't know, but
right.
I'll be back down later.
The boy travels with you?
For the moment, kind of picked him up. He followed us, and we're actually looking to. Kid's young. Ain't safe to have him traveling with us.
No.
He knows that, but he ain't happy about it. He big fan of ours apparently. He's from back up Beacon. That's where we were for a while, and some rough stuff happened to him. He lost his family, so his next best thing was following us apparently. So we were about here anyways by the time we noticed him and he caught up with us. So we figured might as well at least get him to the town. We're trying to figure out what to do with him. He's a bit of a rowdy one and doesn't seem too keen on staying in one spot if it ain't with us. But we figured it's probably better for us to find a place for him here. The church here with their dealing with orphans and stuff probably ain't gonna cut it.
Right. That is a troubling circumstance.
Yeah.
Any other
So,
ideas?
while we're here for the few days, well, I know you've been talking about young'uns for a while, off and on.
Oh. Right. Well, we've been trying for a good number of years.
Yeah, you keep telling me that. I kind of wish you hadn't, but yeah, you have been. So you did come to mind when we were talking about what to do with the boy.
Oh. I'd have to think about it.
No, of course, that ain't no light matter at all, but... And again, this is only our first day in town, and we plan on taking our time here and getting him used to the town and showing him around and trying to figure some stuff out, but I guess while I got you here, I might as well throw it out there.
I'd always thought of teaching my boy to learn the ways of being a large person and, dealing with the strengths that come along with that. I think there's a bit of a size difference from large to very, very small. And I don't...
There is.
Well...
Look, like I said, I wasn't trying nothing, but it just came to mind, and this is only day one of us being here. Who knows what's the next couple days is going to bring, but throwing it out there, something for you to think about and talk with the missus. But at least you know while he's here, you know his circumstances. And if you have any ideas, feel free to share them.
Yeah. Before I forget, I'll talk to the missus and I can't make any promises. I could use the help around here, but he seems a bit, I don't want to say foolhardy, but just, he's young.
He's boisterous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I forget, the individual in the far corner there who looks like they're passed out, the half-elven individual there, they asked for your group only because they were inquiring about the pony out back. Someone said that they saw you coming in with something that they were interested in, and they said they'd wait for you.
The boy's pony.
Well, I don't know whose pony it is.
All right. I'll go let the group know. Let me know if he takes off. He's out right now. I'll come back for him. Actually, no. That's
the pony.
You know what? Man, there's just too many things to deal with right now. Right. I'll be right back. I'll head up to the room.
Okay. The individual who has like their kind of like a broad brimmed hat similar to yours, but it's slightly different shape, has a similar cloak to you, and you see kind of resting there, kind of down like this as you're walking by, because you have to literally walk right by them to go up the stairs. Kind of like, whoop, hey, friend, hey, there. What's I'm Ryver. I heard your name is similar to mine.
Right. How can I help you?
Oh, well, see, it's interesting because I think we might be interested in similar things, because you saw you walking into town and you had this really, 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 really beautiful specimen that you were walking with, and it was like this little multicolored thing with some kind of crazy eyes and all that. It just looked quite nice, and I was just curious.
She's just a dwarf. You don't got to talk about her weird like that.
Wow.
I was going to make that joke when you came to a pause.
Yeah.
Pretty little thing. No. It just occurred to me. Now I was asking, Mr. Turzon here, and he said he's friends with you, and that you were, kind of friendly with him, and that you've been on through the town here and there, and but hadn't come through with this type of very interesting thing that I hadn't seen before. But I was just curious. You in town for a few days? Is this where you're staying here for a couple of days?
For now, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Are you talking about the kid's pony?
Well, I don't know who. I mean, I figured it was yours. But if it's someone else's, then I'll talk to a boy. You said that's fine.
Nah, hold on now. If you got, look, wait right here. I'll be right back.
Oh my God, this guy's like an errand boy.
So I'll go upstairs, open the door. Hey, y'all. Whatever you're talking about.
Before you leave again, Razir, I want to say this before you left. Earlier this morning,
really need you to do this thing for me.
No, it's not to do a thing. Earlier this morning, I want to tell this to everyone. I talked to Buttercup. Remember?
Funny you should mention that.
Before you go out, remember a few weeks ago when we were heading to the the Requiem?
Right through the
we
woods.
came across like a giant like shadow demon thingy who came through a portal. Portal.
Right.
Turns out there might have been more than one portal, and Buttercup came through one of them, and he's actually a unicorn who had his horn cut off and was sold as a pony to Greek.
Just laying it all out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off.
Wait a minute. You learned this by talking to the pony, or
Yeah. That's
Buttercup?
I just learned this morning, and I was waiting for the kid to not be here.
And you sure it was you using magic to talk to the animals and not some of your berries going bad?
I mean, I doubt it.
All right, good enough.
I mean, it's not the first time I talked to an animal. Yeah.
That actually kind of explains a little bit about what I just... There's a fella down there who apparently noticed Buttercup coming in and was real keen on paying attention to them and may or may not be interested in, I don't know, buying the horse or something, but was talking about him like a fine specimen of some sort, so maybe they had some kind of inkling. If you're the one who talked to Buttercup, you should come with me, at least you. Hothead, you stay here out of sight.
Yes, of course.
I do have a question though. What's a unicorn?
Big magical horse with a horn in the forehead.
But they don't have a horn, and it's a very small horse.
Well, he said they cut it off.
Next time Dree goes to feed Buttercup, go and feed Gade with her at the same time, and you'll notice the mane, you part it a bit. There's like a circle, middle of her head where the horn was cut.
Little stump.
Yeah, little stump.
Look, okay. I don't want to deal with all this by myself, so some of y'all need to come help me with this. You talk to the pony, you talk to Buttercup, you come with me and talk to this fella, and Thrall, you should probably come along as well. And
quick thing about that, already talked to him this morning, so I can't do it again today.
That's fine. I don't know if we need to talk to the pony. I think it's more talking to this fella. But if you know what's going on, I'd rather have you there to maybe feel out why he's trying to be interested in this thing.
Do we wait for Drake to come back to start speaking with him, or do we do that before he comes back?
A little bit of... Let's go talk to him and see what he wants, and then I'll go grab the kid.
All right.
Thrill, if you could just come along for backup, that'd be great.
Yeah, just tell me what the heck. Why is a unicorn so important?
It's probably something rare. I don't know. We'll see what the guy says. Don't say we know nothing. Just,
Look, every time I've heard about a rare animal, the first thing that comes out of somebody's mouth is, I wonder what it tastes like. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I do wonder what it tastes like, though.
Looking at Buttercup, I
you do.
wouldn't want to taste them.
Now, you got enough on your plate. You don't need to be doing that.
Xander, keep Blackstar out of trouble if you could.
This whole time, Xander's been scribing, and he looks up and goes, "What?"
You're fine. Blackstar, stay here.
I will.
We still gotta talk about that.
As they leave the room, I'll keep writing, but I'll look over at Blackstar and be like, "Can you maybe play some background music?" Back home, we had a band that came around the house every now and then. They were called the Frostbites. They're pretty good. But I'm used to writing.
Any requests?
No, just whatever is fun for you. Whatever you want to play.
Very well. I start playing a really sad song.
Yeah, he doesn't really care. He's just writing. It's more just about the background noise.
Walk that downstairs.
To get back home. Once there was a way.
Okay, so the three of you, it's Razir and Thrall and Louise going back downstairs, correct? Okay.
Yep.
So you exit the room, go down the stairs. As you're heading down the stairs, you can see that the chair where he was sitting is vacant.
Well, outside we go. Come on.
Okay. Okay, so you head down, go through the rest of the thing. You go out the front door. You go around the side and towards the back. And
Before you guys get too far, I'm gonna take off because I got to start getting ready for work.
Yeah,
All right.
I figured.
So, yeah,
Which is fine.
But
Okay.
this has been fun. I can't wait for next week.
So we'll
I
talk
will be here.
about Black Star's backstory, or I should say the 25,000 bounty on his head. Apparently next session.
I'm gonna put a lot more into my backstory now just to fill this out.
I don't think we can do that without him. So yeah,
You
I think
bet you
we'll
didn't
have to
think
wait.
I was going to bring it up so
I
quickly,
not
did
think
you?
You were bringing it up so quickly. This is super terrifying. I do not want to face Jericho.
I loved that the two individuals were in the town, and you're just like following them, and I'm like, sure, follow them, have fun with that.
I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, I'll see you guys next
Amazing.
week.
Bye
All right, see you next
bye.
week.
See ya.
Okay, so you head around to the back, and immediately the barn doors are open, and you can see through the one sliding door that's open. The stall where Buttercup is. You see Drake talking to the cloaked man with the hat kind of turned to the side. You can see now he has like this, like really, like almost like a rotting tan feather kind of sticking out of the back of his hat. And he standing with hands on his hips, kind of looking down and kind of not looming over Drake, but just like looking down at him. And Drake just is also hands on his hips, and you can hear him saying, "No, she's mine. No, I'm not looking to sell her. Thank you. Who did you talk to?" And you guys are approaching now at this point.
Look, fella, I told you to wait for me inside.
Well, it's... oh boy, I just completely lost the voice 100%. Just boom, gone. Nope.
Make up a new one. I don't remember what it was.
Neither do I.
A little bit of Southern drawl.
I was here looking for this specific pony. I told you this is what I was looking for. You said that the boy was owned by the boy, so I came out to talk to the boy. I don't see what the
I told
problem
you
is.
to wait for me inside.
Well, you're not exactly in charge of my life, are you, mister?
No, but I'm in charge of the boy for now. He's with
Oh,
us.
is that so? So then you are the one I'd be talking to in terms of who would be selling this fine specimen.
Look, fella, you are overstepping some line right now. You need to step back from that child.
I don't. He takes a step back. Just one step back. Kind of like moves the cloak to the side, and you see a revolver holstered on the side.
I do the same.
Let's
Look,
steal
friend,
it.
you don't want. you best be careful
I
on
guess
what you do
really.
next.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's just basically enchant my staff. That's it.
For a minute, right?
Yeah, it lasts for a minute. Yeah.
For a minute, okay. Look,
I'm ready when it's go time.
we're all friends here until somebody decides to pull their weapons and start firing off into the night like some kind of wild
Look,
coyote. But I'm not.
You're the one brandishing his firearm.
You're the one who's getting
First.
all up my face when I'm trying to make an honest transaction here. Here's the thing, sir. Let me just be honest and respectful all at the same time. Respectfully, you have no idea what it is you're dealing with, and I don't mean me, and I'm not trying to be intimidated. I mean literally points towards Buttercup. You have no idea what you're dealing with.
We know plenty enough.
I don't think you do, friend. I'm here to enlighten you. I'm here to make an offer.
This guy's the worst. I want to shoot him in the face.
You're not even there.
Don't worry, I might do it for you.
Might take 4 arrows to the face.
Look, you ain't gonna be doing no enlightening before I've talked with the boy. All right. Now you need to go back inside and wait if you want to have a discussion at all.
I tell you what. I'm gonna put a plan.
I gave you the terms of the terms and conditions, and you can accept the user agreement or not.
I'm gonna put it real.
I gave you
I
you can do.
I accept your terms and conditions, and I make a counter offer. I'm gonna give you 50,000 for the little pony right now. All right, and by right now I mean tomorrow, after you made your decision, because we are in the business of enforcing anything and making people do things they don't want to do. But I'm giving you the option: 50K. I'll be here tomorrow morning, breakfast, right there at that inside table, right on the right side of the door. As soon as you walk in.
50K.
Look, we'll talk with the boy. We'll figure out what he wants to do. And if you show up tomorrow, we will give you some sort of answer. But, and I take a step up and, hold on, give me 2 seconds to double check if I have. Oh, yeah. And I activate my form of dread, and I get all big and spooky. If you pull your gun out again in front of this child, you're gonna have some more problems on your hands.
All right, Fran. You make an intimidation check.
I already did it. 24.
24.
Nice.
Hold on.
question.
Let's just put some icing on this cake.
Would he have an advantage because of form of dread?
26.
Sure. Take advantage.
Okay. Intimidation. Nope. First one was higher.
Yeah, alright.
26.
Okay. All right, Fran. I understand what's going on here. I understand. I didn't pull my weapon, just to be on the clearsies. I didn't actually, pull anything out here or brandish. Actually, that is technically the definition of what I did was brandish. I didn't take it out, though, and I won't. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page and dealing with honest business. I just don't think you know what you got your hands on, is all I'm saying.
You have a good night, sir.
Tips his hat, smiles, and nods, doesn't say another word, and walks off into the darkness.
Do not tip my hat. And I just stare at him the whole time he's leaving.
Doesn't take very long. Well, actually, 120 feet later, he disappears.
So when he's
150 feet later.
Whatever.
You gave me the item.
when he's out of sight, I want to go up to Buttercup and move them.
And then I will also drop my form of dread when he's out of sight.
Okay. Gotcha.
Move
What
the
did
main.
Thrall say? You were walking up to Buttercup and doing what?
He's looking for the horn.
I'm moving the main. I want to see the stub.
Buttercup just kind of moves a little bit as you're coming up to her and move the mane out of the way, and you do. It's kind of flush, interestingly enough, to the skin that's there, but it's a visible, round, hard surface that's separate and a different texture from the skin that's there.
I'll just kind of feel it a little bit, be like, oh yeah, that's bone or whatever. Like, oh okay, so this is where her horn was.
Right. So, Dreek,
Yeah.
Lou here's got some stuff to tell you about Buttercup.
Yeah, so as you know, I'm kind of I do a bit of nature magic.
Yeah.
That allows me to speak with animals.
That's kind of
Earlier
weird.
this morning, I decided to talk with our friend here, Buttercup.
My friend, Buttercup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Have you seen the dot on Buttercup's forehead?
Yeah, it's
The
her
one that
birthmark.
Strel looking at right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's her birthmark. Why are you touching it?
Yeah, no, that's not a birthmark. First of all, birthmark isn't hard like that, because that is bone. Because
What are you guys getting at? This is
Oh my god!
you might want to brace for this because I don't know if you're gonna freak out of joy.
I don't
of
freak
fear,
out.
I don't know. Yeah,
right, Thrall? I don't freak out.
No, that's true. I haven't seen him freak out yet.
but Buttercup is a unicorn. Do you know what that is?
I think I read about one in a book one time. But she didn't say she was a unicorn.
I mean, can you talk to Buttercup?
I talked to her, yeah.
Does Buttercup talk back?
No. But
yeah.
well, that's not fair that you talked to Buttercup and I didn't. That's not right.
Look, if you want tomorrow morning, because I can do this right now. Today, I'm drained of that ability. If you want tomorrow morning, would you like for me and you to come and see Buttercup and talk with her, with them?
You could do that?
I mean, I could do it so I could understand Buttercup, you could ask, tell me what you wanted to tell her. I tell you what she responds.
Why can't you
That-
just make it so I can talk to her?
I don't know if I can. Like, loading screen. It's my turn now.
Stupid animals is
It's
self.
yeah, it's self. So yeah, no, it's like
Yeah.
how could I explain?
No,
Yeah, you know, like my brother Zender, he does all that magic stuff, but a few
Yeah.
of his spells can only like affect him specifically.
That's kind of selfish.
Ah, I want to kick this kid in the mouth. Get him out of here.
So yeah, and
Yeah. Okay.
like-
Okay. So you're gonna talk to Buttercup, and then you're gonna tell me what she's saying, and I'm gonna talk to her by proxy. That's fine, I guess. Yeah.
By proxy. This kid's 12. Kid's like by proxy. Holy smokes.
He's a book reader. We've been over this.
Yeah, well, Philip.
Trying to sprinkle in those little bits of intelligence here and there. Anyways, yeah, whatever.
Right.
Unicorn.
So talking
So
to
she's-
Buttercup aside, that is most likely why that gentleman, well, that man was interested in purchasing Buttercup, because it's a rare creature kind of thing.
Oh, I mean, so she's from like another world.
yeah,
Well,
she
I
came
think
through
there's
a
a bit
portal.
more to Luce. There's a bit more to the story that Luce got for you.
yeah. Like when I talked to Buttercup, they told me like they were in like basically a different world, like how they should it's like a magical world basically with her their family, like a bunch of unicorns, and Buttercup is just a little kid. She's not actually a pony, so she's actually gonna grow bigger, and she's been here for like a week, I believe she said, 2 weeks maybe, and she was captured by a bunch of hunters who cut her for a horn and sold her to
Oh.
your dad, saying it was a pony.
Well, well, he said he got her from a passing merchant through the town. So I don't know if that was who it was, but that's yeah, okay. Well, we can't let him take her. She's mine, and she's my best friend, except for Thrall.
Well, there's one more thing with that. Buttercup did say they wanted to go home if they could, to be with their family.
Well, then I have to go with her.
Huh.
You
I hadn't thought of
know,
that.
that's an option.
Well, that, I guess, is your choice, seeing as how we ain't your parents.
I want to go to a magical world. Who would?
Right.
I mean,
Not in one?
What did you say?
Are we not already in one?
Oh,
Yeah, but it's not the Feywilds.
Yeah, okay. Super magic world.
uh-huh.
Right. So, look, I know this is a lot for you to hear right now, and it's a lot for you to think about, and, you know, it's real good of you to not want to keep Buttercup away from her family just because you want to stay with her. You'd be willing to go along to where they got to go home to. That's good on you. It's kind thing you've thought of.
Seeing as my family, well, I thought you guys were going to be my family, but now that I know that's not going to happen, she's the only family I have left, so I want to stay with her. And if she wants that, I mean, maybe somehow I could learn to speak with her like Louise does, and then I could actually talk to her. That would be great. Maybe someday. But yeah,
I mean, I
Yeah.
could try and teach you. Maybe, Krell, I'm pretty sure you could try and do that as well, right?
Thrall,
I don't know.
you can talk to animals?
No.
Druid spell list.
Yeah, I only have one level in it.
Yeah, but it's a first level spell.
It is not, is it?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't take it.
And since you're a druid, you can switch your spells out
At long
daily.
rest.
Yeah,
So tomorrow you could also speak with Buttercup.
Well, I never
Thrall.
tried it.
Thrall,
But-
you could speak with Buttercup?
Theoretically, yes.
Could you teach me how to speak with Buttercup?
I don't know how to teach magic, but I guess I could. I'll figure something. I'll find you a
Look,
book.
between the both of them, I'm sure we could figure something out. But this has sounded more and more like a bit of a long-term situation that we'll have to deal with. Because if we do intend on helping Buttercup get home, that's a whole other ordeal. We don't quite have the idea of how to do it yet. And that would probably involve a journey of some sort, which I don't want to get your hopes up too much. If that does involve a journey and you intend on seeing that through to the end, you would come along with us.
Okay.
But in the meantime, until we have an idea of where to go or what to do, we would need to keep Buttercup safe, and then you, if you so desire, would need time to learn these skills, pick up the knowledge and ability to cast that kind of magic. Which means you need to stay in one place rather than go gallivanting off into who knows where because you don't like not being with us.
Well, it's okay to stay in one place if there's a plan to not be in that one place in the future. And if it also means I get to travel with you guys again at some point in the future, that would be okay. You mean
fair
like
enough.
studying books and I know there's an academy here. I heard somebody talking about that.
Well, I ain't sure that this academy teaches that kind of stuff. Maybe that'd be more something Lou and maybe Freckles will figure out. But maybe we're getting something together here as a plan. Like you said, tomorrow we can talk with the pony a bit, with Buttercup a bit more, and figure out what they might know or intend on, and we would talk about it more tomorrow. But you just think about all this for tonight. There's gonna be some dinner inside ready for you.
Okay.
But now that you know that, first of all, don't tell nobody.
Right.
'Cause you saw how that fellow was about thinking he knew what he knew, and how
Yeah.
aggressive he was.
You think she's going to be
So-
safe out here in the barn?
Yeah.
Most likely, I'll let gosh dang it,
Turzon.
I'll let Turzon know to keep an eye on things out there or keep an ear out. But I think while we're in town, that might be your job to keep an eye on Buttercup. You might not be able to follow us all around town all the time, but think you could handle that?
I can certainly try.
Like I said, we'll figure it out more tomorrow, and we'll come up with more of a plan once we've all had a night's sleep, and let that fella know that Buttercup ain't for sale, and Lou and I will keep an eye on this fella and see how he reacts to being told no, and see if we need to keep extra watch.
Okay. All right. Well, I am hungry, so I hope it's not chicken. But okay, let's go inside.
About that.
Okay.
Before we go inside, because this is where Gate is staying as well, right?
Right.
I want to go talk to Gate in a normal animal handling way, not magic way. I'm like, hey, listen, bud. See Buttercup over there? You know, I'm like, give him like a couple of pets while we're talking. It's like, okay, you make sure nobody messes with Buttercup that ain't us. You know what I mean? Yeah. Stand guard. Keep the little pony safe.
Yeah, like there's like some like wooden gates that kind of close in where horses would normally be stabled, and he's just kind of has given some hay and is able to lay down in a comfortable position. But where you are at the gate now, he's on the other side. He puts one giant paw up on top of the gate and like puts his giant mouth on the side of the framing of the the building that's there, side piece of wood, and just kind of bites into it a little bit and sinks his teeth like a full 4 inches into the wood and just like gnaws on it and kind of scratches up and down, dragging his teeth. Kind of, it actually is reminiscent, similar to the first stables you left him at, like the beginnings of the tearing of the framing apart of the inside of the barn.
Yeah, he's just he's marking a spot and
I mean, he's making his happy grumbling noises that he makes as he's doing that, kind of like a purring cat, but not at all. And just as he's doing it, and
it's like, okay, now if anyone comes in here and tries to mess with Buttercup, you howl real loud, and then pounce on them. Okay. All right. And then I'll give him a couple of pets and then rejoin everyone else.
he kind of just playfully snaps at your fingers like he's hungry.
Yeah. I'll throw him like a little bit of some of my jerky.
Okay. Lap snaps it up. It's like an 18th of the size of the inside of his mouth.
Yeah, but he likes to taste.
Mm-hmm.
Little snack bite.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You guys retire for the evening. I'm assuming what would happen next is the conversation with Black Stars. You would be going up to the for the evening.
Lots of stuff to talk about. We have that to talk about. We have to talk about the pony situation.
Yep.
We have to talk about maybe your plans of what to do with Dreek now. And like, I get it's the first night here, and we might not want to talk about it. We also have to figure out our next overall direction once Xander's done filling his book up with new spells.
Yep.
Of like where we're gonna go, because things have apparently been happening, and we might want to skip town sooner rather than later. So having an idea of which way we're gonna go. So we have a number of things to discuss this evening before we actually get in.
Yeah. So
when we do get in, though, I will be like, "Oh, sorry, Dreek, I did get you the chicken, but I'll get you another if you want to eat everything but the chicken first, and then we'll put the chicken with the other meal and swap them out.
No,
so that you don't have to wait to eat.
It's fine. As long as could you just make sure that this chicken wasn't named Betty?
I'm sure it wasn't. I will double check.
Yeah, I wouldn't want another accidental. Anyways, yeah.
I mean,
just digging in.
If you don't want to eat the chicken, I do have these berries which are very filling.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. I mean, you said you didn't like chicken.
Well, it's not that I don't like chicken. I just don't want to eat chickens named Betty. And there's always a chance, you know. But I'll take the potatoes and the asparagus over those berries that you claim are good berries.
A kid that eats his vegetables? What world is this?
He's gonna grow big and strong, just like Krell.
I have a daughter.
Look at how large I am. I eat my vegetables and such.
I was gonna say I'm fine with dragons, trolls, everything. But a kid eating his vegetable, that's where I draw the line.
Too much nonsense.
I quit this campaign.
This is so unrealistic. I mean, come on. My immersion is just, it's broken.
Not even believable.
We had some amazing immersion tonight. But as Drake settles in for his meal and everybody else heads up to the room for the evening, we'll go ahead and call it there.